Waycross Sports coverage of Colerain Cardinals football. Made possible in part by Driver Ed Academy, where your safety begins. CSL Plasma, good for you, great for life. Shoe Carnival, third annual Financial Empowerment Conference. Omni Funplex, Wild Birds Unlimited, your backyard bird feeding specialists. And More Air, heating, cooling, mechanical, residential, and commercial.
Welcome to 8801 Xavier Road, home of the Colerain Cardinals. It's Week 2 Ohio High School Athletic Association football action here in Colerain, where your Colerain Cardinals are battling the St. Xavier Bombers. This is Chris from wearecolerain.com, along with the Waycross TV crew, bringing you Ohio High School football action. We've got Brian and Brendan White in the booth here as well, and they're going to be bringing you all the color commentary tonight, describing to you the game that you are getting to get ready to sit down and watch on delay. And also a big shout out and thanks to all of our Waycross volunteers. They are amazing on the cameras, in the truck, all around, doing everything they can to make this the best broadcast possible. Boys, it is a beautiful night here at Colerain High School. The weather could not be better. Fingers crossed. We have a history of bad weather during this game, but talk a little bit about
how many times this game has gone to Saturday morning, please.
Exactly, right? They said something about there being, I heard last night for the first time, potential rain in the forecast. I went, oh, God, you've got to be kidding me. Please. And they said, oh, don't worry, it won't be a washout. I said, yeah, right. It's going to end up being like a massive thunderstorm. We're going to get canceled. But the skies are blue. The clouds are white and puffy. There's a beautiful breeze in the air. I mean, honestly, there is no better place to be on a Friday night in the fall than right here at the cage.
Well, you talk about this breeze, though. It is a steady breeze, and it's across the field, so it's going to affect the kicking game a lot. So you said the weather's nice, but the weather is still going possibility of affecting this game. But as we said about these games, these two teams, St. Xavier leads. They played 38 or 37 times. How about that? Or 38 times.
This is the 37th time.
Yep.
He's really good at math.
They've played 38 times. This is the 39th game.
It's the 39th time they played. And of these, it's a neighborhood brawl. Less than 10 miles are a part of these two teams. 16 of the games have been 7 points or less. So these are kids that played peewee football together. They've grown up in the same neighborhood. They've gone to the same churches. Heck, they might even gone to the same little elementary and middle schools. This is a friendly rival, but one of the best rivalries in the country.
No doubt about it. These two schools have a very healthy respect for each other, and they've got so many things that, they're opposites. We talk about it every year: public versus private, GMC versus GCL. It's all that, but what it is two teams that are trying to get better in Week 2, and that's all it is. Colerain coming off of a big win last week after traveling to Dayton, Ohio to take on the Wayne Warriors. Got away with a 28-19 victory. St. Xavier at home opened up against Brownsburg, Indiana, one of the top 5 big schools in the state of Indiana, and they came away with a 38-17 victory. So it's Cardinals, it's Bombers, it's Colerain High School, it's the cage, it's the smell of burgers in the stands. We've got Fox 19 here with Jeremy Browse and Joe Danneman and Tim Bray and Scott Springer and Mike Dyer. And
Spectrum TV's
here. And it's,
Fox Sports Radio 1360 is broadcasting the game. It's everybody knows about this game, and we get the pleasure of bringing it to you.
Cannot be happier to do that. Now, we do want to say again that we're for those of you live listening on wearecolerain.com. Again, we broadcast every Friday night live. You can follow us, right, of course, in the YouTube chat. We'd love to hear from you. You can follow us online, Facebook, and, of course, on Twitter at wearecolerain. And of course, you can reach us here in the booth if you're listening and watching live, radio@wearecolerain.com. Please drop us an email. Let us know if you're an alum, what year you graduated, where you're listening from in the country or the world. We'd love to give you a shout out here on the air. Getting to the game real quick. Again, Brian and Brandon on color. My name is Chris. I'll be bringing you, of course, the play-by-play. Colerain won the toss, and they elected to defer. So they will be kicking off to the St. X Bombers to start this game.
Liam Clifford's going to be back along with Gabriel Dubois for the St. X Bombers.
And we saw the Cardinals last week, as they did a lot of last year. They have the kicker with the leg to kick it deep in the end zone, but they try to elect it to kick it high in the air and capture them inside the 20-yard line.
Pretty heavy crosswind from right to left. So it's going to affect this kicking game. The Bombers in the all white, Colerain in the all red.
God, I love this. This is the best. Here we go. Cameron Ott approaches, gets his foot underneath it. It's a low-line drive that's going to bounce right before the 10-yard line. It dribbles, picks up the 5. Let's see how far he can get. Right up the middle. Good blocking, and that's a problem for the Cardinals early. We've got a block on Ott. He's going to take it down the sideline, does number 2. That's number 19 who's going to get him and knock him out of bounds. Do we have a whistle?
Yeah.
Or no.
He's out of bounds.
He did knock him out of the bounds, but a big return at it was well blocked. A little squib kick, and there was a little bit of delay, but the St. X is always makes a big special team play. We see that maybe in the punt, they block a punt or something. This time a big run. There was a huge hole in the middle of that field.
That was number 2, Liam Clifford, who we talked about in our wearecolerain.com opening as being a special athlete. He's a 6'2", 195-pound junior, of course, younger brother of Sean Clifford, who is, I believe,
the starting quarterback
at
Penn State.
For the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Yeah, he was knocked out. He's going to spot the ball deep into Colerain territory at the 11-yard line.
So not the start you want if you're the Colerain Cardinals.
Certainly not. So the defense already back on their heels. Matthew Ruby, a quarterback, first-year starter at quarterback for the St. Xavier Bombers. He's number 12. Snap back, looks to pass, throws it across the middle. It's caught by number 88, Marshall, and he's in for the touchdown. So just like that, one play, and it is 6-0 St. X over the Colerain Cardinals.
Nothing fancy. Motion out your big tight end. Get him one-on-one with the smallest defensive back. Just a simple little curl out at the goal line, and he's not going to be tackled by the much smaller corner.
Yeah, 6'4", 260 pounds out there on the outside. Didn't see who he was lined up against Colerain.
On for the extra point.
That might have been Devontae Kiner at 5'8".
Kick is up. Kick is good. And at the 11:45 mark of the first quarter, it's the St. Xavier Bombers 7. Here, Colerain Cardinals 0.
15 seconds, all they needed. 2 plays. They're going to test
One
this
play.
forward. Well, if you count the kickoff return.
No.
So, observation here. Our special teams has an issue because last week against Wayne, same problem. Big returns against our kickoff return. We're going to need to figure that out because that kind of return can't be what we start every game with. It's just not fair to the defense. There's nothing they can do when you're 11 yards out. And Marshall Lang is absolutely going to cause matchup problems tonight for the Cardinals, so they're going to have to keep an eye on him. In addition to Liam Clifford, there's no doubt St. X is a different team than what we saw last fall. We played St. X here in week 1 of the playoffs and took care of them pretty handily, 35-9. It was 35-2. With about, I think, 2 or 3 minutes left in the game, and they kind of scored a garbage touchdown. But these two teams are totally different. Colerain is bringing an entire new offense in terms of playmakers to the field this year. Defensively, they return about half, but they're a new team. And St. X, of course, is rejuvenated after their big win last week. Their new offensive coordinator, and now they're up 7-0 here to start this game.
Sean Williamson and Jalen Thomas back deep for the Cardinals.
There's the punt. It's high. It's going to be taken inside the 5-yard line. 10, 15, 20. Got a little bit of room. Still on his feet. Going to get it out almost to the 25-yard line. We'll come down to 23.
Kickoff fielded inside the 5. Gets it out to about the same spot. Just about 20-yard return to the 24.
I'll tell you what, another battle is going to be happening off the field. We know Colerain student section has grown and grown and grown this last couple years, but Colerain is in the area where the St. Xavier Bomber student section is, and they have let everybody know that they're ready.
So here we go. Colerain Cardinals, new quarterback, junior Freddie Johnson, number 1, under center.
Sophomore MJ Flowers at fullback, Hamza Abdul-Wahid at the tailback spot.
So junior, sophomore, senior in the backfield. There's a pitch wide. Good pursuit by the St. Xavier Bombers. Number 48 makes the tackle. 1 yard gain on the play.
Yeah, we've seen that if any team has a history of playing the option at Colerain runs very well to St. Xavier Bombers. They're daunted 3-3-5.
But we've seen over the past couple years, Colerain's kind of learned by throwing different formations, kind of changing their splits based on what the defense gives them and really getting misdirection with the formation to their advantage versus this defense.
Freddie Johnson at under center, first-year starter.
Yep, under center. There's another speed pitch wide. Hamza Abdul, he's got it. He's going to run wide. He's going to have enough for the first down. He's past the linebackers. Can he stay on his feet? He can't, but he gets deep into St. X territory. It'll be a first down for the Colerain Cardinals.
Hamza Abdul-Wahid gets the corner. He had one man to beat. St. X looked like he had him contained, but the corner gets beat, little stiff arm in open space, and the pursuit finally gets him, but not before he gets it deep into Cardinal territory.
Great blocking out front there by the Colerain Cardinals.
Who is
Breaks
that? 23 for the Cardinals with great blocking downfield.
23
Brian-
for the Cardinals.
That's Brian Beavers, the senior.
Yep.
I mean, he basically blocked 2 defensive backs just by himself, using them and guiding them. And
So first down and 10 for the Cardinals. Ball on the Bomber 35-yard line. So drops back, looks to pass for the first time to Freddie Johnson. He throws it deep, intended for number 2, Jalen Thomas, and he catches it inside the 10-yard line. There are no flags. It's another first down for the Cardinals.
Ball a little bit underthrown. Drew Class had nice coverage, but because it was underthrown, Jalen Thomas comes back to the ball.
well, I think he wanted to underthrow it, maybe not underthrow it that much. Gets the back shoulder and he's there, and we already have in formation switch the big boy package. Dante Corleone, Donovan Owens, Michael Best all check in for the Colerain Cardinals. And Deshaun Pace at tight end. So a bunch of defensive players check in for the Cardinals, and they go very heavy in the backfield.
I'll tell you what,
Freddie Johnson.
11 guys in the box. It's power on power.
There's a handoff to MJ Flowers, a sophomore. He takes it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals!
Power on power, or Colerain says, all right, we'll just get it off the other way, go exactly away from the heavy formation. And again, like we said at the start, Colerain over the past has learned to use formations. This time they put a big, heavy package to one side, and then they run a simple dive stretch play the other way, and MJ Flowers beats his man to the end zone for 6 points.
Yeah, Flowers is 6'1", 185-pound sophomore.
And the first varsity touchdown.
Cameron Ott, senior kicker.
I believe Colerain's short of a man.
At this point, it doesn't matter. Just get in there and get in the way.
Well, but I believe it's
It's number 11, Elijah Ford, coming in to get the end. Snap is back. It was not a great snap, but it was a good pickup, and it was a good hold, and it's a good kick.
And at the 9:58 mark, it's the Colerain Cardinals 7, the St. Xavier Bombers 7. So a one-play drive answered by a 4-play drive. MJ Flowers with his first varsity touchdown.
Yeah, your backup quarterback, Tyler Prather, the holder right there. It did. That ball bounced into him. He does a great job not only catching it, but getting it set. Colerain has had a struggle trying to find a long snap. I believe Aaron Schwender is there, but right now, Colerain answers the 15-second touchdown with a 2-minute section.
And what everyone predicted to be a defensive showdown between two teams early in the season trying to find their offenses. We played 2 minutes and 2 seconds, and both teams have scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, we can't do this the whole game, right, guys?
We could.
I'll
It'd
be
be kind of
exhausted.
you would probably not make it. These
I would
kids
not.
probably would, though.
Wind has kind of shifted directions here a little bit. As I said, Colerain kicking it was coming directly from right to left. Now it's coming almost at the kicker.
That might have been a 5-play drive, not a 4-play drive. I can't count.
We've got your weather covered. Al Shuttlecotti right here in the booth, ready to go. So 9:58 to go in the first quarter.
No, it was a 4-play, 76-yard drive.
Let's see if the Colerain special teams can do a better job this time, pinning St. X in a better place other than their own 11. There's another punch poot. It's going to bounce to the 20, kicks inside to stay in bounds, and that's a good pursuit by the Colerain defense. Knocks the guy out of bounds, thankfully on the St. X sideline, and the Bombers will take over first down and 10 at their own. I think they're going to mark him where? To 22?
I tell you, that was Clifford
Much
again.
better.
That was Clifford again, but you look at him.
Why do they kick to his side?
Most return guys, the speed guys, are small frame, scat backs. He's 6'2", listed at 190 pounds.
Yeah, not that
and he's
bad.
going to run through a lot of arm tackles.
He looks like a very tall running back.
Yeah, he is.
He looks like a linebacker. Yeah, but exactly. But okay, at ball spotted at their 22.
So we've got an empty backfield now.
2 tight ends, 4 wide receivers.
Again, Matthew Ruby, the quarterback for the St. Xavier Bombers. Drops back, looks to pass, some good pressure by the Colerain Cardinals. Catch once again by Marshall Lang, but immediately wrapped up and taken down after a short gain.
And we're going to expect a couple things, but 2 of them are going to be what just happened here. Get the ball out as quickly as possible, try to negate this Cardinal pass rush. And number 2, get the ball to Marshall Lang. He's your biggest mismatch on the field, and they've done so on the first 2 plays of the game.
Yeah, your typical Bomber offensive lineman in the past, they've usually averaged 300 pounds across. A lot smaller, a lot quicker. It's more of a finesse team. So
here we go once again, number 11 in motion. Rolls to his left as Ruby, looks to pass, throws it, and it is caught. Tackled by number 3, but falls forward enough to get the...
He does not. He's
he
down
doesn't.
immediately at the point of the catch. He'll be a yard short.
yeah, he got down to get the ball. The referees are saying when he crouched down, his knee must have touched as we watched the replay right here, and that is a good call by the referee.
You have no idea. Deshaun Pace is right in front on that angle. How do you even see his knee?
I didn't. That's why I thought he fell forward for the first down.
3rd down and 1. They're going to run the ball.
Yep, man in the backfield. That's number 20. This is
And
he's
not
going to get it
gonna
short. The Colerain defense comes to play and tackles number 20 for a loss. It'll be 4th down, and on comes the punting unit.
It was Jalen Thomas coming up from his linebacker, 2-way player. That's what we'll see a lot from Colerain. They don't hit the depth of the Bombers, so Jalen Thomas and a couple of guys going to be playing both ways.
Not just Jalen Thomas. Xander Kendall was the man right there. He made a lot of plays last week.
That was the backup running back, number 20, Kellen Newman, the senior. Got tackled for the loss. So big play by the Colerain defense to stop that Bomber drive in its tracks. Back to receive is the senior, number 3, Deshaun Pace. It's a
Big
great
kick.
punt. Holy moly. Taken all the way back at the 20-yard line. Makes a man miss. No flags, no flags. Oh, good tackle. Good open field tackle by number 35 of the St. Xavier Bombers. Let me get his name
That's
and number.
Jack Kemp.
Yep,
Jack
Jack
Kemper.
Kemper.
Yeah,
Senior
big-
linebacker.
I was going to say Jack Kemp, the former politician.
How about that?
Thought he had passed away. But
yeah,
no,
watch
Kemper.
Pace get to the outside. He's got 1 man to beat, gives the stiff arm, but Kemper gets his legs, takes him down. Colerain now with their 2nd possession.
Pace had looked to the outside. He thought he was going to get a big gain there, but a good tackle at the feet keeps him in Cardinal territory.
Again, Freddie Johnson's going to bring the offense out there. Your starting offensive line, left tackle, Zach Stegmuller at left guard, Delon Pearl, Ace Aaronschwender at center, Pert.
It's a
Cameron
T.
Carnes is your right guard, and Elijah Malik is the right tackle.
There's a handoff right over the middle by MJ Flowers. Going to pick up about 2 yards on that play. Brandon, it seemed to me like that was one of those opportunities that maybe Freddie should have held on to that.
He got 3 yards. We'll take it.
3 yards.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Good pursuit by the St. X defense.
Any positive yards, but you look at this St. X defense, and what I've always met with the amount of students they've got on there, they've always got the tallest defensive back. Their defensive backs look like linebackers.
Number 7 has got to be at least 6'4".
Number 7
6'4".
is 6'3", 100.
He's 6'4".
Oh, that's Wiles Dolly. There's another name, Dolly. There's all kinds of younger brothers on this team from what we've seen in the past Bomber teams. Okay, now Jalen Thomas in motion. There's the counter over the middle.
And a little different look there. They faked that jet sweep underneath, tried to catch the Bombers over pursuing with a fullback trap underneath, and he's contained to about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. Ball is at the 37. They needed the 42, so yeah, 35 yard.
Yeah, stop was made by your nose tackle, Giovanni Albanese.
Number 61.
Trying to catch the Bombers over pursuing that
96.
jet sweep and just couldn't find the crease up the middle.
So Cardinals stop the Bombers on their 3rd down conversion. This one's a little bit farther, needing about 6 yards here. Colerain has spread it out. They've gone 4 wide.
3rd down and 5. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Freddie Johnson take it, drops back to look the pass, a little bit of pressure. He throws it, and it is caught by number 2, Jalen Thomas. Enough for a Cardinal 1st down.
Nothing fancy, just a bench route. The one receiver's going to go the post or to a corner of the out. The other one's going to do an out route right underneath at the sticks. Freddie Johnson takes the step. Jalen Thomas right there at the sticks on the little out route, and that's a 1st down Cardinals.
Yeah, both these defenses will test their cornerbacks playing man-on-man coverage and just a little bit space created by the 2 different pass patterns there. So a 1st down, Colerain, ball at their own 42.
I formation. MJ Flowers offsets. There's a speed pitch once again to number 2, Jalen Thomas, who gets hit in the backfield and gets taken down for about a 2-yard loss.
Tucker Hunley has been a fantastic job. He's had 2 tackles where he had one-on-one opportunities, and he made sure the Cardinal did not get past him.
Yeah, he's coming all the way from the safety. He reads that little motion that Colerain kind of anticipated that. I don't know if Colerain's got a play to fake that and boot it the other way, but
We'll see.
about a 2-yard loss.
2nd down and 12 on the scoreboard.
Ball's at the 40, need the 48 of the Bombers.
Beautiful night here for high school football. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Fakes the handoff, follows the fullback right through the hole. Freddie Johnson, he's got some room to run.
First down.
He's going to pick up a Cardinal first down, getting down to the Bomber 47-yard line.
And just a simple quarterback fullback, and he follows right in behind. Not even going to look to the
Oh,
outside.
that's not a kind spot. They're still going to give him a first down.
That's
but
where he went down. That's
Was
a
it?
good
Okay.
spot.
47.
That's about right.
Yeah, Freddie Johnson just follows his running back through the hole. Good blocking up front.
Much crisper offense this week than what we saw last week. Decisions being
Well,
made timely. and
Once
then
a week of practice and, timing, you just get
A
better.
little bit of confidence with the win last week, but
Absolutely.
and you're playing X.
And this
So,
is this is exactly what this offense needs to do. Possess the ball, move down the field, eat up the clock, and
Score.
score every time. Field goals or touchdowns, it doesn't matter, just score. There's a little bit of confusion there.
Yeah, they tried again that little fullback trap to the inside. I think the quarterback went one way, the fullback went the other, and I think Freddie Johnson was just trying to make sure that ball got into the pocket and was not fumbled by MJ Flowers.
Yep.
yeah, still picks up a yard though.
The eternal optimist.
Always, as Monty Python once said, always got to look on the bright side of life.
There you go. And
I
there's
won't start singing it for copyright reasons.
yeah, you probably should not do that. And for
So how about this,
and for
Chris?
numerous other reasons.
So 2nd down and 9.
Deshaun Pace now.
It's been in this entire offensive drive.
Yes, lines out to the top of the screen. Jalen Thomas takes the handoff, goes around the side, plants his foot. He's going to pick up a nice gain on first down.
Yep, and again, trying to just cut underneath that open pursuit. And St. X, we know what they're going to do. They know what we're going to do, and they're trying to take advantage of it here. They know that St. X is going to try to overplay that outside, try to cut him up in, and he gets big yardage there. 5 yards to make it 3rd and 4.5.
I have that song stuck in my head now. Thanks,
You're
Brandon.
welcome.
Jeez, oh, Pete. That was bound to happen. Yeah, there he goes.
So again,
Big 3rd down for the Cardinals.
St. X loading the box.
Like to see him get some positive yards here. Oh my goodness. Excellent pursuit by the Bomber defense. Read that play. Going to lose 2 yards on that, and it's going to be 4th down, and it's going to force a punt. You'd like to see them maybe have gotten a couple of yards to think about it on 4th down, but not with a 2-yard loss.
That was T.J. O'Malley. They just ran that same play to the right side or left, and they tried the same thing coming back this way, but they sat on it. The Lawson Sandusky's going to set up. Sandusky, we know, is a great athlete. Unconventional kicker, has a green light to fake it.
Yeah,
any
but
time.
St. X has the one guy they won over there, Tucker Hunley, right there scouting out that fake, it looks like.
Yeah, they're used to it and they expect to see it. And there's Lawson with a nice high punt that's going to drop inside the 20, take a Colerain bounce all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Are you kidding me? Lawson Sandusky, star of the game so far, puts it down to the 1-yard line. The Cardinals didn't even have to touch it. It died right there.
He has a lot of room on that wide side of the field, and he kicked it out there and away from the single return man. And that's what you can kind of do when you're the unconventional, rugby-style kicker. You hit to an area. Got a great bounce. And you're right. We had the coverage there, but they didn't need it. Lawson Sandusky did the work.
All kinds of dignitaries here tonight at the game. See Brian Lanehart down there. All kinds of former Cardinals here cheering on this 2019 edition. All right, 1st and 10 for the Bombers on their own 2-yard line. There's a handoff up the middle trying to get some space.
Not a handoff. That was just a
Quarterback
quarterback sneak.
Wow, good catch.
Well, considering there was no one in the backfield, they went quads one side and a wing back almost.
I tell you.
What'd they gain
and
on that?
They got 4 yards on that quarterback sneak. Gives them a little bit more room to work
I think
with.
that was a combination of I don't think the Cardinals are necessarily ready for that quick count. It was a good play call
There they
by
go
St.
again.
X.
The I formation.
Groovy now under center. People jumping.
Lots of movement up front.
And Donovan Owens hanging his head.
Yeah.
A 5-yard penalty on the Cardinals.
That was Dante Corleone.
It's a
Right
first-
That was
in front
about
of
the
nose.
entire left side of. I think Corleone will get it. the credit for it is the first one over, but Deshaun Pace, LT Johnson, they all kind of jumped that whole side.
First penalty of the game for either side. So good, clean game.
So the Bombers could do a lot here. They've gone 4 wide right, but they still got the running back. It's second down and short.
Yep, under center. He's going to try and run it himself, does Ruby.
Not a bad play call. You need 1 yard. Why not run that same quarterback so you can pick up the first down?
I've always said that's an underused play. You can catch people off guard if you've got a quality center, which St. X always does, and you got a good size. You know, Ruby's 6'4", almost 200 pounds. He can fall forward for a yard.
Again, you can reach us in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com, and listening in from Corona, California is Lenny Lopez.
Wouldn't be a broadcast without Lenny listening, and the Shears.
So first down and 10, the ball spotted just outside the Bomber 18.
Ruby under center, takes the ball, fakes the handoff, rolls, looks for a pass. He ducks under. There's a pass intended for Clifford. 20 is there, knocks it loose, and it is caught. But
He's
I
out
think
of bounds.
Unfortunately.
I don't think he caught it either. He didn't catch it either.
An awesome play coming in there as Brandon Sinclair. And that ball's just a jump ball.
And that was a great play by Ruby just to be able to get it away.
So the wide receiver becomes a defensive back, and that ball goes off his thing. And here it goes.
Watch the somersault.
Is his feet? Nobody.
There was no way he was close to being inbounds.
No. Well,
but that was all Ruby. He was dead to rights on the play action. He was gonna be sacked.
Jalen Thomas coming on.
Yeah. And as I said, it's gonna be a balance for St. X because they know they don't have a lot of time to get the ball off with this Cardinal defensive pressure.
Second down and 10 on the 13-yard line. 7-7 here with 1:30 left to go in the opening quarter. There takes Ruby's, rolls back, is going to keep it himself, rolls, passes complete to number 9. Good tackle in the open field by the Colerain Cardinals. Number 3, Deshaun Pace.
Yeah, just Drew Meyer, another tight end, just kind of releases out there. It's going to pick up about 3. They cleared out space for him.
About 5. Quickly to the line of the Bombers.
Yep, third down and 5. Empty backfield now, 31 runs out.
Timeout Colerain. And by St. X quickly getting in the line, and we're seeing a lot of this. They were originally the previous play, they were in a 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver set with a single back. They quickly get to the line, they come out, they got trips one side, spread it out a little bit more, confusion in the Cardinal secondary as to who's to be where. And the cut right calls a timeout here on a big 3rd and 5.
But that's all set up by the new play clock rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do not, the new play clock, the ball is set, and they do not have to wait for a defensive substitution. They can go right away. So, I mean, it can be used as a good strategy weapon.
They talk about how St. X is going to do the offensive coordinator. This is what he's known for. He's going to constantly change formations, try to get you going in one direction, and then throw it back the other way. And they get a timeout wasted here by the Colerain Cardinals. Not wasted, but a timeout spent by the Colerain Cardinals.
Again, if you're listening live, watching live on wearecolerain.com, we encourage you to join the boosters. You can do so by going to wearecolerain.com. And at the top, you'll see a menu option that allows you to get into the forms, which you can donate right online and become a member of the Colerain Boosters, helping thousands of kids every year.
And another new formation. Now they've come out of it.
So third down and 5. Big third down for the Colerain defense. Let's see if they can hold him. Ruby drops back to pass. LT Johnson comes across the middle. Pass is complete, and it's going to be taken out to about the 20, we'll call it the 27-yard line. 28-yard line will be enough for the first down.
Yeah, Owen Smith just finds a soft spot in the zone and sits down. Needed 5, got 6.
So quickly, shotgun snap. Pass is complete to number 2, Liam Clifford, who shakes a tackle. Oh, he doesn't, though. Number 22 on that tackle ends up getting Liam down, but not before he picks up 9 on that first down.
Yeah, and there they just use the motion to bring out the DBs. They get Clifford in some space based on that motion, and he picks up 9 yards.
Clifford's tough to bring down. Bransky in the backfield. Rolls out. There's a pass again. Caught and complete. Picks up the first down to the 45-yard line of the St. X Bombers. They're on the move now.
They found a matchup they liked. The 6', 190-pounder out there going against a 5'8", 5'10" defensive back. Colerain give them a little bit of cushion there in the coverage, and they've stayed patient right now and just thrown right underneath them.
See if St. X get this playoff. Nope, they will not. They'll elect the time to go out in the quarter. So after 1 quarter of play here at Colerain High School, it's the St. Xavier Bombers 7, the Colerain Cardinals 7.
And you talked about it, send us an email or radio@wearecolerain.com. Let us know. We've got 84 grade Melanie Walls listening to Colerain from Trevi Fountain in Rome, Italy.
Awesome.
It's like,
Is it tomorrow over there? What
it
time
is tomorrow.
That's fantastic. We're worldwide. Of course, you can always hit us up on Twitter @WeAreColerain, my personal favorite social media platform. And of course, Facebook, Brian's favorite social media platform. That's because he's older than me.
Yeah, those old guys are all up on Facebook.
So again, we expected a defensive struggle. First 2 possessions, 2 minutes into the ball game, we have 2 scores. Now the defenses on both teams have showed up.
Couple score updates. Elder and Cathedral has not started yet. They're delayed by a traffic jam.
And that is not being made up. Traffic on I-74 is delayed. The Cathedral players arriving from Indianapolis.
And in the first quarter, Olin Tangi Liberty 0, Dayton Wayne 0.
These scores, of course, are brought to you by whatever apps and sites that Brandon is finding them. But more importantly, he'll bring them to you at halftime. Towards the end, we'll get all scores from around the city and pertinent schools and bring them to you at halftime. So first down and 10. There's a flag.
Cardinals might have been lined up off sides. We'll see what the play call is. Or sorry, the penalty call is.
What does that smell?
That is funnel cake,
That's
Chris.
funnel cake.
That is amazing.
The strong wind coming from the end zone is also coming from the snack bar.
Oh, there are so many awesome concessions here at Colerain High School every single game.
We were told the funnel cake guy is actually a LaSalle parent, but he was like, I can make St. X Colerain. That's going to be a bigger draw.
Well,
for
if Colerain boosters can use a LaSalle business a LaSalle gentleman's business to make money, these guys in the end zone, the corporate sponsors of the Colerain boosters. All right,
and
what
the penalty will be on St. X for an illegal formation.
Well, was it legal formation?
I think it was false start.
But what I'm seeing is they get set, and they get into motion, and the guard signals the center when a play. You'll see he taps the center and kind of. But I think there was a little bit of more movement, and maybe the referee called him that he was drawing him off with that movement.
Gotcha. So Ruby under center. Levin in motion. Takes the ball. Hands off number 20, Kellen in the backfield.
Deontay Corleone and L.T. Johnson.
Yeah, they went 2 tight ends, really overloaded the right side.
Defense needs to turn around quickly.
Colerain
St. X
slanted it that
offense is
way,
ready to
and
go.
they great penetration up the middle.
Dante Corleone and L.T. Johnson were in the backfield immediately, and you can't run that stretch play if there's nowhere to stretch it to.
Second down and 18, so after the 5-yard penalty, a 3-yard loss. The defense has got to be ready here. Once again, number 20, Kellen Newman, lined up now.
Oh, somebody gets the slot guy. There you go.
There we go. There's a snap. Matthew repasses it. It is caught. It is incomplete, in and out of the hands of number 11, and almost intercepted.
And they ran that same little post pattern that Wayne had so much success last week against the Colerain. It's just a soft spot in that Colerain zone, but that ball goes right out of his hands and nearly into the hands of Brandon Sinclair.
And just like Wayne last week, that ball was dropped.
Yeah.
That's number 11, Owen Smith, a
Well,
6'1", 162-pound senior.
I tell you what, though, you're running into the heart of the Colerain defense there. That is a brave man. That slant pattern across that middle.
So here we go, third down and 18. It's a big play. There's getting some pressure on Ruby. He passes it. Mike Best is in pursuit, and he's going to be taken out of bounds by the Colerain defense, well short of the first down.
I'm not sure who the number was coming up there.
That was Clifford who got
Was
the
that Cliff?
catch.
No, that made the big tackle. Somebody came up from the secondary.
You might be able to see here on replay.
We have a replay right
Jalen Thomas.
right there, Dad. See the play? That's number 2, Jalen Thomas.
Yep.
Jalen Thomas and Mike Best.
Now, it'll be interesting with this punt for both the punter and the returner. There was a strong breeze
Yep.
that's really picked up over the past 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's changed directions where it was directly across the field. Now it's kind of catty corner.
It's a low kick, and it's going to bounce at about the 25-yard line. Deshaun Pace is going to stay away from it. Takes a little bit of a St. X bounce, but it's just kind of settled right down there inside the 25. We'll call it first down and 10 for the Cardinals at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, we're as we said in seasons past, the weather has been effective. We've had lightning delays. We've had a lot of rain. It's a beautiful night. You couldn't ask for a better temperature in the month of August, September.
We want to give a special shout out to a very special guest watching the broadcast and chiming in here in the chat. Deontay Smith-Moore, DSM 2.0, checking in and watching the game, as well as Josh Quinn from 1991. Guys, thank you so much Got to get your footballs up on the alumni wall here back in Colerain. If you haven't done so already, you've got to get the Colerain here. Any Colerain
And we have a switch. The Cardinals going a little different. Tyler Prather now in a quarterback, and the Cardinals have gone 4 wide.
So a little bit different look here for the Colerain offense. Tyler Prather, his first varsity action, takes the ball. It's a good pass. It's intended for Freddie Johnson, in and out of his hands. Led him maybe a bit too much.
He hit him in the hands.
It did. But
just a simple pass and catch, and it just did not get it just out of his unreached hands. Outreached.
I'm sure he's coming in with a little bit of adrenaline right there.
You think
settle
so?
into the game.
You
Yeah.
think so? Tyler Prather, the other junior quarterback, now once again lined up in the backfield. 4 wide, 2 to the right, 2 to the short side. He's got 1 in the backfield.
So what this does is it spreads the linebackers out.
Yep. Let's see what Tyler Prather can do. Looked good in the preseason. There's a handoff right over the middle.
The hole was there, and Ace Anderson just got beat up front.
Yeah, they spread him out. And they tried to run him underneath it. And that again, features a nose tackle. Jeff Monty Albany is a good matchup.
And he beat him. That hole is there on the little off tackle play, but Albany just beat your senior starter captain Ace Aaronswinter to the hole and swallows him up.
So big 3rd down play now for the Cardinals. Incomplete and not getting a whole lot of yards. 3-yard loss. No yards all, actually. 3rd and 13. Tyler's going to have to air it out to get it downfield. Let's see if he
like
can do
to
it.
see him take a shot deep.
That's probably a good call on 3rd and 13. So snap. We've got whistles. I think it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Cardinals.
Yeah, a little bit of movement by Pace here on the outside.
I think your wish for him to go deep was about to happen. He's a little anxious to jump off.
They're going by a little bit of a sound.
No, we're both wrong. It's a timeout by St. X.
Oh, how about that? Yeah, because they went by the clap snap, and he actually he's just a hair ahead of him, but I guess the timeout was called before the penalty.
Again, for those who are joining us for the first time this season, thank you so much for taking time out of your Friday night to watch. It's a whole new outfit here for the Colerain Cardinals in a lot of ways. Brand new head coach Sean Cutright taking over the Cardinals this season.
Couple
after,
quick score updates.
Just jump right in, Brandon. You go.
Still 0-0.
Did you interrupt me for a 0-0?
Elder and Cathedral still has not started. Oak Hills leads Simon Kenton 2-0. Lakota West over Centerville 13-0. Springboro Middletown tied 7-7. Sycamore Kings 10-0. Back to action.
4 wide receivers, 1 back.
Tyler Prather drops back, looks to pass. He's pressured. He's going to throw it deep down the field, and it is going to fall incomplete. 16 cut in on that play. Unfortunately, it went deep. So it'll be 4th down, and the Cardinals will be forced to punt.
That was sophomore Isaiah Myers at 6'4". Colerain has some size on the outside right there, but a little bit miscommunication. Yeah, you're right. He runs it in right, and the pass goes out. But also, it could have been the wind. You know, as I said, we got a strong crossman right here, but ineffective is Prater, and those he actually just loses 3 yards.
Now,
St. Dusty's have come in a different return man back for the Bombers.
Looks like they're set up for the block here.
Yeah, St. X wants to bring the house, and that's exactly what they do. 23 comes around the corner, and Lawson kicks it high into the air, and it goes out of bounds.
That wasn't a bad kick. That's just the wind pushing it out of bounds right away.
Yeah, that's going to be probably is going to end up on the Colerain side of the field.
Nope.
Oh, nope, they're going to mark it right there at the Bomber 44-yard line, 43-yard, 44-yard line looks like, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bombers. Again, score tied at 7. This game started on fire with both teams scoring on their first possessions quickly. St. X 1 offensive play, Colerain with 4, and since then it's just been a battle back and forth. Both teams, I think, have moved the ball fairly well. They just haven't been able to avoid that costly penalty.
The Bombers had a little bit better field position, but not much. You know, it's been within the 30s.
Well, they also started a drive on the 1, so.
So Ruby takes it, he rolls, he looks to pass, he throws it, it is complete. Sitting wide out, enough for the 1st down. Number 2, Liam Clifford. He's going to get a lot of touches tonight.
Just a simple flood pattern, and he finds the 3rd option, and that one is Clifford is just going to sit down right about the sticks.
What do you guys think of, let's go back to series. What do you think about putting Prather in on that series?
If it works, you're a genius.
But it didn't work.
Yeah, Colerain had moved the ball the last couple times, so let's maybe kind of surprise the defense with something. I've got no problem with that. Just wish it was more effective. But into Colerain territory, ball to Colerain 43.
Loransky, the sophomore, in the backfield. He's going to fake the handoff. Ruby's going to roll. He's going to look. He's got Cardinals in pursuit. He's going to throw it, and it is going to be caught by Marshall Lang. That big 6'4" frame used every bit of it to take it inside the 25 down to the Colerain 24-yard line.
They're going quickly to the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to snap quickly. They got to get set because they're going to snap quickly. Ruby looks, he's got it. He looks, he passes it again. This time it's a good catch out to number 9. He's going to take it inside the 20-yard line.
Pass is complete to Drew Meyer.
So we're hearing from the Drums that they went that quick, and they don't think that catch the tight end was actually a catch.
Well, it clearly was not a catch. But again, no replay. And in high school, that's going to happen. Refs are not going to get every single one, but that clearly was not a catch by Marshall Lang. He used his body. We couldn't see it here from the booth, but great video again by the awesome volunteers at Waycross. So 2nd down and 5 on the Colerain 21-yard line. 19-yard line, excuse me. Hand off over the middle to Varansky. The sophomore Scott is going to take it down to the 15-yard line.
Set up a 3rd and 1 for the Bombers. And you got to wonder, that Cardinals have been stiff. They've really guessed on these they guessed last time to stuff the run on 3rd and short. Might be a good time for the Bombers to go play action.
Yeah, it's a good time to get an athletic ball quarterback. Just a quick little boot in here. It's a long it's a long one, almost 2 yards. But you're almost in 2-down territory.
Once again, the sophomore Versansky in the backfield. Matthew Ruby under center. 9 rolls over, takes the ball, fakes the handoff, hands it to Versansky, who goes the opposite way of where it was. He makes one man miss, and takes it inside the 10-yard line.
And I don't know if that was a check up front, but that was a good job by St. X. They run right away from Deshaun Pace, who's coming down on a safety blitz, counter it the other way. Then he picks up the 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Good cleanup tackle by number 33 for the Colerain Cardinals on that. Get his name real quick here. That was Bryce Drake on the tackle, if our roster is correct. Sophomore.
It's Levert Jamin.
Was it? Okay, I misread the number. So there's the fake handoff. Ruby takes it. He rolls to his right. He's got plenty of time, looking for somebody in the end zone. He throws it.
I don't know why he just didn't run it.
Just run that ball, young man.
Even if you don't get in the end zone, just run it.
Tell you what, but the play action had a lot of space on that right side.
And again, the offenses were a little dominant early. Defenses make adjustments. Now we've seen the offensive adjustments. Cardinals slanted into a lot of early Bomber plays. Now Bombers trying to use formations and play actions to get the Cardinals in the wrong direction.
Well, Colerain has had penetration up the middle, and they're now going rolling the quarterback out of the pocket.
That was number 22, Devontae Kiner, 5'8", 160-pound junior for the Colerain Cardinals that made that pass look incomplete. And we've got
timeout, Cardinals.
So that'll be their 2nd timeout. I believe they'll have 1 left.
Someone's got to tell the scoreboard that they got to take a timeout off the board and not add a point. The scoreboard says 8-7. It is still 7-7.
That's all right. They'll figure it out.
Someone hit the +1 point instead of the -1 timeout.
I will not criticize because I have tried to do that, and it's not that difficult. But with my attention span to enjoy the game, attempt to enjoy the game, and do something with my hands, not happening.
I'm the one 10 minutes ago who just stopped mid-sentence and said, "What's that smell?" I mean, come on. I understand short attention span.
Ooh,
I get it.
Is that a funnel cake?
It was delightful. So what I was saying before, get back to it real quick here as the Bombers come out on the field. Kind of a whole new setup here for the Colerain Cardinals. Of course, new head coach Sean Cutright taking over for Tommy Bolden, who went to West, and new offensive and defensive coordinators in Tyler Williams and Phil Joseph, who had been on the staff for quite some time. We'll talk a little bit more about that later.
2nd and goal.
Ruby's got it. Gives the handoff once again to Kellen. He's got it right up through the middle. Michael Best wraps him up, but not before he gets down to the 5-yard line.
Kellen Newman, the ball carrier.
Kellen Newman, the ball carrier for the Bombers.
3rd and goal from the 5 for the Bombers. And if you're St. X, I don't know what your field goal kicking situation is. I don't know.
With that many kids in the school, they always seem to find a
The
kicker.
past 2 years, they haven't had a kicker.
Yeah, the kicker last week, I think, was 1 for 2 in his field goal attempts.
This is an area where they like to use the tight ends, and they spread them out both sides.
Let's see what they do here. Got Kellen once again in the backfield. Ruby
There's
takes
a
it.
movement by 20 in the backfield.
Yep.
Newman jumped a little early. Jalen Thomas jokered with the blitz. Draws the little shake from the running back going to block him, and it'll push the Bombers back 5 yards.
Movement on St. X. 5-yard penalty. Third down and goal.
Third down and goal now for the Cardinals. You guys are serious?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're buying split the pot tickets. Don't worry about
That's
it.
okay. It's just third down and goal. I'll handle
We
it.
got it. Third and goal for the Bombers.
They're on the 10-yard line, so they got to get 10 yards. Ruby drops back, looks to pass. He's got happy feet. He's going to get wrapped up, and he fumbles. The ball is loose. And they're calling it an
incomplete pass. They're saying his arm was coming forward.
And it doesn't. He doesn't have to throw it traditionally. He kind of shot puts it off of his shoulder. That's still a forward pass.
But that's still a stop, and it's going to bring on the kicking team.
She's probably not used to looking up here in the press
If we
box.
get a replay here.
Chris, it's fourth down. Pay attention.
I am paying attention. You sell tickets, or you buy tickets. We got whistles here. Sean Cutright, the head coach.
He just wants an explanation.
Yeah, he wants to understand. That ball looked like, honestly, I thought it was out of his hands before.
But again, it doesn't matter how pretty the pass is. If he did a little shotgun, we'll see it here. Watch.
I thought the ball was loose before he even.
And you can't see.
No, that ball was loose well before his arm.
His arm never goes forward.
Right. That ball was loose before he started his forward motion. So that's 2 times on this series that Colerain has been the non-beneficiary of a call. Both the catch by Marshall Lang, which wasn't a catch, and now this play, which was, it appears to be that it was a fumble. Colerain recovered, but they did not give the fumble to the Cardinals. So with 7:34 here left to go in the first half, the Bombers are lining up for a 27-yard field goal attempt. Again, their kickers are typically pretty good.
That's Joe Sullivan's going to line it up.
Trying to make some noises, this crowd. They are electric tonight. Snap is back, hold is down. Kick is up. Kick is no good! Wide left. The Colerain defense holds.
So Bombers the beneficiary of the call in their favor. Clear fumble called incomplete. But missed field goal gives the Cardinals back, and then by high school rules, a kick into the end zone automatically results in the touchback. So the Colerain Cardinals take over at their own 20-yard line.
He's kicking from the left half to the right half, so you got that angle too. But there was great pressure. I don't know if that affected how he swung his foot at
And the wind, that crosswind, it's kind of died. It's still there, so you don't know how much that affected it. Either way, it was no good. Cardinal ball with 7:20 to play at a half.
So they move the ball from the 10 to the 20. And that's when Colerain will take over. 7:20 to go. Plenty of time with 1 timeout remaining to try and get this ball down the field, sustain a drive, and get some points on the board. The defense needs a break. There's a handoff. Nope, fooled me. Hamza Abdul Wahid's got it. He's into the open. He's going to pick up about 8 yards on that first down pitch. Good play by Freddie Johnson.
Yeah, you hate to say he made the wrong decision when you get, but St. X leaves the fullback back alone right here, and
You understand though, he's that wide open because that's what St. X is trying to do. They know he doesn't have the ball.
Yeah, their defense, this 3-3-5 stack defense that St. X has run for years, has always been a bugaboo for the Cardinals, and they run it so well.
Well, I don't know if it's much as the scheme as it is the players. They are always stacked at linebacker.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. There's Freddie Johnson, who just rolls and is going to take it out wide, see if he can pick up some yards. He gets past the 30. He's going to pick up enough for the first down. I think they're going to mark him out right at about the 35, maybe the 36.
And nothing fancy here. There's no option. It's just a quarterback keeper, sweep right, gets in front, and Brian Beavers, the young man, is doing a fantastic job tonight. He just gets a hand out, doesn't hold, just does enough to get in the way and let Freddie Johnson try to get to the corner.
When Colerain has got to the edge, they've had some success right there. Not a lot of space up the middle. It looks like the Bombers, they always kind of force you to do it. You got a new quarterback, so it looks like the Bombers going to say, hey, you're going to beat us with the quarterback and the pitch man.
Which is a lot to ask of a brand new quarterback, so it's not a bad plan defensively. There's the handoff to MJ Flowers in the backfield, and that's well defensed. Number 48 and number 41 in on the tackle for the St. X Bombers.
Yeah, that didn't look like an option play, but more of just a fullback give on a track, and the Bombers are there to make the play.
Yes,
they're saying no loss on the play.
Senior Logan Van de Heertert Yeah, you try to say that one.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it. I saw his number earlier in the roster. I went, I'm just going to call
He
out that
has
number.
Three separate syllables to his last name.
Logan.
Logan. Yeah, nice. We'll just call it
Logan.
Logan Van.
Number 48.
Vanda. Hitter.
2nd down and 10 for the Cardinals on the 35-yard line. Just under 6 minutes to go. There's a handoff over the middle once again. Colerain trying to work the middle of the field. They're going to pick up a very short gain on that, maybe 1 yard. Not even that.
Jones is your starting guard's helmet came off, so he's got to come out of play. Cardinals got to get a substitution in. Be 3rd and 10 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Zach Stegmuller, who's seen some starting time coming in. Little bit of depth on the offensive line there.
This seems like an opportunity for, what do you call it?
Tight end.
The little tight end seam pass.
Either way, the Cardinals got 10 seconds to pull it off, or they're going to have to call a timeout.
My guess is they're going to be calling a timeout. Yep, they'll call a timeout to avoid the penalty. Unfortunately, that is their 3rd and final of the half. But I'll tell you what, it's good to see a coach using timeouts. Too many times I think coaches go into halftime.
First half timeouts don't mean anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, they mean something, but they're not as important as second half timeouts.
Exactly. So use them. You got them. Use them. You want to have a good play.
And those overtime timeouts are
You
real
get 2 of
important.
them. Yeah, you get 2 of them.
And if we go into double overtime, they're really serious.
Want to give a special shout out also to Skyline Chili and all the sponsors of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. That is our game this week, and week 2 is featured as the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown game. So Tom Gamble and everything in his organization and everything they do to promote high school athletics in the Cincinnati area, we are blessed and very lucky to have them, not just here at Colerain, of course, Tom, a Colerain graduate, no surprise, out in the community doing good work for lots of people. But thankful for them and all the sponsors, Meyer and Dr. Pepper and so many others. Thankful for their continued support of high school athletics here in Greater Cincinnati.
So another big 3rd down conversion, 3rd down and 10.
I'm going to run the option here, maybe a play fake off of the option.
They've gone with a little bit, they're back to just a regular wing, but they've gone with a little bit wider splits this time. Single coverage on top.
Hamza in motion. Oh, we've got a flag.
Sandusky lined up at the wing. 2 guys went in motion. Hate to see that, especially after coming out of a timeout. That's when you collect your softs and make sure everybody's on the same page. This time, not on the same page. 2 guys in motion, and each one looked at the other going, what are you doing?
Well, I don't think Lawson Sandusky was in motion. I just think he took off on his route a little early.
He did. I thought maybe he was trying to get back on the line. I'm not sure if they had enough guys on the line of scrimmage. But you're right. He jumped.
He was in the wing. He was fine, but yeah.
Lawson new to the backfield. You know, last year he was the backup quarterback and the punter. And this year now they're using him in a more, trying to use his senior talents a little bit more interestingly. So here we go in the backfield. Freddie Johnson drops back the pass. He's got pursuit on him. He's going to tuck it and just go down. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. So well defensed by the St. X Bombers and aided by a Colerain penalty. Cardinals can't do much with the possession. Only move the ball 13 yards
and
on
we
that
saw
play.
that it was a dangerous play last year for the Colerain Cardinals. The play action, not designed quarterback draw, but just quarterback draw because that's what the pursuit angles. But Freddie Johnson just can't escape that defense enveloping him. And he gets a 3-yard gain, but it's not enough for the Cardinal first down.
Sandusky's going to kick to Varansky.
Varansky back at his own 30. He's got it, and it's blocked. It's blocked, and it's picked up by the Bombers. Taken inside the 10 and the 5. 41's got it. He makes a man miss. He stays on his feet. He's down inside the 5-yard line. Could not ask for a worse scenario for the Cardinals as we're nearing the end of the first half than a blocked punt, and St. X recovers and takes it down to the 2-yard line.
You know, it almost seems a specialty of them. It seems like every week they block a punt. No matter who they're playing, it's special teams. A lot of height on that, but it's got to be scheme, effort, something that they've seen.
And for the second time tonight, the St. Xavier Bombers get a 1st and goal situation of a big special teams play.
So a huge field position right here. 1st down and goal at the 1.
Defense has got to do whatever they can try and do to keep them out of the end zone, it's going to be very tough with that 6'4" quarterback. Again, he can just lean forward and almost pick up these yards. He's going to take it, hand it off. Versanski's got it, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. The Colerain defense strings it out. Deshaun Pace in on the tackle, as is Brian St. Clair.
Yeah, they tried to stretch that out, trying to do a little bit of zone blocking. They've had success going right up the middle.
I don't get that play call at all. Just go right at him. I know Colerain has a big Dante Corleone up front. He loses 2 yards in the play, trying to get the edge.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. That's one of those things where I just wonder, what are you thinking? I mean, would you rather take your offensive line up against our defensive line, or would you rather try and beat our speed to the edge?
Yeah, he loses 2 yards. It's back to about a 3.5-yard line.
So Ruby now in the shotgun, presumably going to take it and roll to his right. We'll see. That's exactly what he does. Versanski's out there. Its pass is caught into the end zone for a touchdown. Lang's second
That's Marshall Lang.
It's Marshall Lang's touchdown. Did he get the first one of the game? Or was
Yeah.
Yep. So Marshall Lang putting 2 scores on the board for the St. Xavier Bombers as they go up 13-7 on the excellent special teams block of a punt, set them up in really good space.
Yeah, they just ran 3 outs right there, and say it's hard to hide a tight end that's that large, but it just by patterns alone,
Well,
a little bit of a pick play.
Again, it's the shift in formation, and the Cardinals just don't have enough defenders to defend it as the kick is up, and this one is good with 3:45 to play in the first half. It's the St. Xavier Bombers 14, the Colerain Cardinals 7. And again, it's that shift in formation. They went with that from a goal line sort of bunch, 2 tight end package. They shifted out, went to 3 wide, and there's just not enough Cardinals on that side of the field that have adjusted to that defensively.
Well, yeah, he is the closest receiver to the quarterback. The second receiver just kind of runs a post there, kind of clears a little space, and he just finds that little seam underneath. Well-designed play.
Again, thank you for listening live on wearecolerain.com. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the opening half. As a reminder, we will step away during halftime. We will keep our live video feed being provided by the wonderful volunteers at Waycross TV. So I presume that'll be on the field, and you get a chance to see the band. We also have a really cool thing going on tonight. It is a Hall of Fame induction night here for the Colerain Cardinals, where they'll be inducting a handful, half dozen or so, of some of Colerain's finest over the years into our Hall of Fame.
And right now, the difference in this game is special teams. Cardinals are outgaining the Bombers 120 to 111. The Bombers, though, have had 2 very short fields.
Yeah, when you can score both your touchdowns starting at the 2-yard line, that says a whole lot, right? And that's something that St. X has always had, is good special teams, good, smart special teams play, aggressive special teams play to make the plays they need to during a game. So 18 with a high pooch kick. It's going to be caught at the 20-yard line by Brian St. Clair. He's got it. He's going to try and run wide right.
Go down. Go down.
That's exactly what
down.
he did. Picked up about 3 yards on that return.
Don't be a hero. Just you're captured. You're not going to get any more yards. Hold on the ball.
Again, just to finish my thought from earlier, we will step away from the broadcast, but come back with about 5 minutes remaining, where we'll go over halftime stats as well as scores from around the city. This is the last week of non-conference play for all the teams in the GMC. The Colerain Cardinals will start the defense of their 19th consecutive GMC championship from last year next week, right back here at Colerain High School at the Cage against a familiar foe, the most familiar GMC foe, the Oak Hills Highlanders. So we encourage you, if you're in the listening area, come on out and check out GMC action, Colerain Oak Hills next week. Freddie Johnson under center, Hamza Abdul-Wahid. There's it's an incomplete pass intended for number 17, Lawson Sandusky. Falls incomplete, so the clock will stop.
Yeah, not a bad play call. You want to stretch the defense out a little bit, and just a quick toss to the outside just kind of leaves Sandusky just a little bit too much.
And they used the motion to draw the safety the other way, so they had just one-on-one on that side with Sandusky and a blocker versus 2 Bomber defenders, but the pass is just too far ahead.
Yep, not a good pass by Freddie Johnson. Again, first-year quarterback, learning his way through. He's a junior, so you have to believe that if, he can grow into the position next year as a senior, he'll be in a great place for it. Hamza in motion. Freddie Johnson drops back, looks to pass, heavy pursuit, and he just throws it out of bounds. Looked like
The referee's going to discuss
Brian
this.
Beavers was there.
Brian Beavers was in the area.
You don't have to have a receiver in the area.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
You do if he never got outside the pocket. Yeah.
Brian Beavers was lined up at tight end, did come out, but was
was
questionable whether he was near the ball or not.
So that's going to be
intentional
what?
grounding on the Cardinals.
A 10-yard penalty and loss
And a
of down?
loss of down.
So the Colerain offense has completely come off the rails these past 2 series.
Intentional grounding.
It's kind of interesting. You could actually go all the way back to the series when Prather came in at quarterback, and things have just not gone right since.
Things hadn't been gone well since the first series. He ran 2 or 3 series after that and was still stymied.
So 3rd and 23 for the Cardinals.
The main thing Colerain wants to do, I think, is their clock and its field position. You don't want to give X enough time.
I know we're at Colerain, but man, our scoreboard guy's not doing very good with this math.
Yeah, he's struggling. It's definitely more than that. So Freddie Johnson takes it, rolls to his left, trying to find some room. He's going to plant, make a couple of guys miss. He's going to get it out to the 20-yard line. So really good return for Freddie Johnson to get some space, get it out to the 20-yard line, to give his punting unit a chance to maybe really get a booming punt and enough to send it back a little bit.
Nicely timed injury here for the Bombers.
Wiles Dolly gets up a little bit slow. Matter of fact, he sits back down.
I'm kidding, and nicely timed. It does save the Bombers 5 seconds, but
whole host of people out there for St. X. They've got 5 athletic trainers, a water boy, and head coach Steve Speck.
granted, three of those trainers are probably interns.
There we go. He sits up. Hope for the best for the young man. Hopefully nothing serious. There we go. He's up on his feet. He looks like he's going to walk off on his own power very gingerly.
Yeah, it didn't really seem to be like he was in contact. He kind of just fell down after the play.
Yep, so he's going to walk off. Number 7 does.
Caught up in traffic.
Well, maybe that's one where you kind of got, and then you get up and you're like, oh, that hurts, and then fall right back down.
Yep, that was Wiles Dolly, who is going to go find himself on the trainer's table and have them take a look. So best wishes to that young man. Hopefully nothing serious.
So Sandusky's going to set up again inside his own 10-yard line.
Brandon Sinclair to snap for the Cardinals.
Snap is back. Here comes St. X. Dawson's got it, and it's an alert punt. Picked up, line drive kick. Versansky makes 2 tackles, miss. He's going to take it inside to Colerain territory even further, inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line, where the Bombers will have it with 2:45 to go, 2 timeouts, and a 1-touchdown lead.
That was a nice play by the return man. I mean, that's a line drive kick, but you never know. It's not a round ball. You're not going to get a true hop. He got about the best hop that he could get.
Yeah.
Caught him in motion, and really the defenders ran right past him. But he doesn't touch that ball. That ball's still rolling for another 20 yards. So big play by your return man sets up the St. Xavier Bombers at the Colerain 39.
So the defense has to do what they've tried to do all night, and that's contain this offense, and they've done a great job at it. Need to do it here one more time. Love to see a turnover here. Deshaun Pace coming in. There's a pass to that side. Number 2, incomplete. There's a penalty.
Offsides.
Pace has been timing that a couple different times, and you kind of question whether he's been there.
Yep, well, they're definitely pointing towards the Colerain side, although Deshaun Pace is
Nope,
clapping his hands.
eligible man downfield.
Okay.
So the point to the Cardinals was because he wasn't pointing in the Cardinals.
He's asking them what
he was telling him that the guy was downfield. Not That's why I pointed at the Cardinals.
There you go. So that's a big help for the Colerain defense. Ineligible man downfield.
It's an incomplete. That's a question of whether you decline it or not, unless it's a loss of down.
No, it's definitely not a loss of down.
And it's a question of whether they decline this or not.
Well,
yeah, I think they
how much
overloaded the side and the tight end release there, but I do not think he was an eligible receiver at that point.
So you
covered him
Brandon,
he was covered up.
Brandon, do you decline the penalty there?
It's just a question.
No.
What do you value more, 5 yards of the down?
Yep. Once again, Clifford in motion, 3 wide receivers, split out to the bottom of the screen.
Timeout, St. X. And Steve Speck.
Not happy about something.
No, he ran like with the legs of a much younger man when he saw whatever was happening. He ran from the middle of the sticks in a full sprint to call timeout, and then immediately turned not to yell at his players, but someone on his coaching staff. So I don't know.
I believe he went towards to get the offensive coordinators' attention.
I don't know what was wrong.
You're like, okay, you're
but
the
Coach,
offensive.
as you can see on the replay, Coach Speck not happy about it.
So that does. The Bombers had 2 timeouts left. 2:40 left to play. That leaves them with only 1. First could come into play here.
1st and 15 from the Cardinal 44. Bombers now have 1 timeout and 2:40 to play. Really, time is not much of a factor, I think, right now at this point.
Yeah, no, plenty of time left. Matthew Ruby in the shotgun. Takes back, got some time, passes it across the middle. It is caught by, once again, Marshall Lang, who's going to get it inside the 30 and have enough for the first down. He has been the man of the night so far for the St. X offense.
Just a really good pass by Ruby. Kendall is there and just outside of his outstretched hands.
He's a big boy. Ruby once again now in the backfield, tucks it, looking for a place to run, and he's going to go down. That's going to, I think, officially be marked as a sack. It is a 1-yard loss.
I'm not sure who was the defensive back on that left side. What they've done quickly out of this, and they've gone to the quick out to Drew Meyer a lot.
Yep.
This time, Colerain defender
lining up again quickly.
Stepped in front of him.
Ruby takes it, passes is complete. Once again, a good wrap and tackle by the Colerain defense.
And that was Deshaun Pace. That was a film room play right there. They run a little underneath route. They got the 2 guys on the outside, run deep with a receiver underneath, and Deshaun Pace reads it right away and makes the tackle.
That's a good rapid tackle, holding up for his assist to come there. Michael Best helping finish off that tackle. So it's third down and 12.
3rd down and 12, and they bring in 2 guys with wearing number 70. So they bring in 2 extra offensive linemen and sit down your wide receiver.
You try to get a max protect and get it to your
protect, and you got your 2 best wide receivers to the top of the.
Yep, that's Marshall Lang and Liam Clifford to the top of the screen. 9 is dropping in to protect as well. Ruby drops back, looks that way the whole way. Colerain gets through. Pursuit by the Colerain defense. Ruby steps out of it. He takes it down inside near the 20-yard line, but he's going to be well short of the first
But he is
down.
going to stop the clock and give them the decision. They've already missed 1 field goal. They're up.
Smart, heady play by the St. X quarterback.
And unfortunate and fortunate also, because the Cardinal sidelines really wanted a holding call. It's one of those bang bangs. You can call it, you won't call it. It could go either way. But the Bomber offense is still on the field.
I like it. I think it's a good call for St. X.
Well,
You're up 14-7. You're on the road.
It's pretty long kick if they get it.
Looking for the first down. Drops back, rolls, looks to pass. It is caught by Liam Clifford. He's got it. He's going to have enough for the first down. That's a great play call and great execution by Matt Ruby.
And again, it's just a simple flood pattern. He's got 1 middle, 1 low, and 1 high route, and he's got Clifford right at this curl, right at the sticks for the first down.
That was the junior, Devontae Kiner, attempting to try and get to that ball before it made it into Liam's hands, and he was just shy of it. So first down and 10, 1:11 to go. Ball on the 12-yard line, so the Bombers can pick up a first down without having to score. Here comes Deshaun Pace, around end. Didn't quite get it, and Marshall Lang catches it and waltzes into the end zone for another Bomber touchdown.
Marshall Lang with his 3rd touchdown of the evening.
They always seem to have a tight end, and they've got a special one there with Lang.
I think you're thinking of Elder.
No, they do. They have 2.
He's thinking of Elder.
No.
He gets a notion in his head.
No.
They've had 1 good tight end in the past 5 years, and it was last year.
Yeah, I can't think of any other tight end that St.
Just
X has
because
had.
he thinks because they're tall, they're good tight ends.
Okay, and that's fine. I mean, look, there's no doubt he's a special talent.
Yeah.
Nope.
Up his back, hold his down.
Williamson nearly blocked it, but it is through. And with 1:05 to play in the half, it's the Colerain Cardinals trailing the St. Xavier Bombers 21-7.
And that's huge. A second score, and Colerain's going to get the ball coming out in the second half.
Yep.
But down 2 scores. They've been ineffective since that first series.
Yeah,
might we see a little bit of prey through in the second half?
And it's a good point you made when you talked about the fact that 2 of their scores came on 2-yard drives, right? I mean, their first score set up on the huge kickoff return, the second one on the punt return, but that was a longer drive. I mean, granted,
No, it wasn't.
35
It was
yards.
still under 50 yards.
It was still under 40 yards.
Right, it was like 35-yard drive,
Yep.
but compared to their first 2, that was their
Which
longest
was set
of the
up
night.
by a headsy good punt return.
Right, so
it's
in
special
total,
teams right now.
In total, St. X has traveled less than 50 yards to score their 3 touchdowns. By far, less than 45 yards to score their 3 touchdowns. But at the end of the day, again, it's a 3-legged stool. You got offense, you got defense, you got special teams, and right now, St. X special teams is ruling this game. So 1:05 left to go in the first half. Colerain with no timeouts, trailing 2 touchdowns. I imagine they'll be very conservative when they get this ball.
Nah,
Yeah.
St. X is going to onside kick it right here. No, they're not. I'm kidding.
I know you're kidding. Caught by Lawson Sandusky. He's going to look for some room, lower his shoulder, takes it out past the 25-yard line. That's where the Cardinals will have it with 1 minute left to go again. For those of you watching live on wearecolerain.com, we thank you and appreciate you tuning in tonight. We will step away at halftime, allow the great Wake Forest volunteers to show you all of our halftime festivities, bands, and Hall of Fame induction, and then we'll come back with about 5 minutes left on the clock.
Cardinals with about 50 guys in the huddle just trying to confuse St. X, but Freddie Johnson will go out. It's a quarterback, Tyler Prather sits, so they'll keep their running quarterback in with a minute left in the half.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything, but probably some straight hands off. Even if they did, I wouldn't even be surprised if they don't even run a play.
I mean,
They have to run at least one play.
one play.
Well, they could
They
take
probably
they could take a knee.
With time, they have to run 2 plays,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, this isn't going to be anything. I mean, it's tight formation. Be smart. Freddie Johnson takes it, hands it off to the fullback, who's got it. He's into the space, goes MJ Flowers. Not thinking much of it, but he's going to have enough for the first down all the way up to the 47-yard line.
Stops the clock till they set the ball.
That changes things maybe a little bit, right? 46-yard line is where it's officially marked. They start the clock. Freddie Johnson comes in. A little bit more sense of urgency here. Again, 44, 43. Yeah, I mean, St. X's defense certainly not taking a break here, but Colerain's got to move a little quicker if they'd like to try
I
and
think
maybe
they were
get
caught off guard by that big gain. They weren't.
Now we have flags on the play. How can we have flags on the play?
They might have 12 guys. So legal substitution on Colerain. I don't really know how.
They have 12 guys on the field.
Well, they didn't.
Nobody came off or came on.
Did they have 12 men on the field on the previous play and get away with it?
I didn't see anybody. Well, now there's 4 guys coming in. 4 on. What do you just see? 4
No, they
come
had
off?
another one off.
Somebody count the huddle. Oh, there we go. There comes our 4th.
Is that Prather in the ball game? Yep.
So Jalen Thomas coming off. He's the 4th. Okay, 11 on the field. Here we go. First down and 15. Again, 20 seconds left. Prather trying to make something happen here, and he's going to just towards the middle of the field. Deshaun Pace in the general vicinity of that pass.
Yeah, with St. X sitting on that, no, with Prather comes in, he's not running the ball.
Well, they're also going by the clock what has to happen.
Right. But Brian, you bring up a great point. If Tyler Prather is going to get a chance to be a part-time or split-time quarterback, he's got to be able to run the option. Because here St. X comes again, and they slice right through that Colerain offensive line. Incomplete pass. They didn't.
Really sly move by the Colerain clock operator, though. No time came off the clock.
No time came off the clock. I noticed that.
Official times kept on the field.
I know.
So this will be 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 15. 13 comes off. 16 comes off. Tyler Prather now out of the game. Freddie Johnson back in at quarterback. Under center. Takes the ball. Speed pitch, trying to find a few blockers. Good pursuit by the St. X defense. Tackle made by number 5 all the way back at the 35-yard line.
They're going to burn their last timeout with 8 seconds left.
Of course they are, because it's St. X. Because they want to try and score one more time before the half. Sitting on Colerain's 35-yard line. Again, you got a 6-foot, I'm sorry, is he 6'4"? I forgot, it keeps getting bigger every time I say it. Marshall Lang, 6'4", 225 pounds. He's the biggest guy on the field as far as the secondary is concerned. Colerain doesn't have anybody that size. If you can get him in a seam or get him down into the end zone, it's a jump ball. Ruvy's proven he can throw it deep. Try it, right?
Well, they're doing a good job. What they're doing right now is they're basically saying, all right, you have Deshaun Pace. He's got to cover Liam Clifford, or he's got to cover Marshall Lang. Cardinals have chosen to shade him towards Liam Clifford, and that's left Marshall Lang open.
No return man back.
And the Bombers kind of look like they almost have a base defense out there.
They're going to bring the house. Oh, can you throw the ball here?
They are bringing the house. Boston Sandusky's got it. He kicks it again.
Just stay in bounds.
Yep, it stays in bounds. And
That would be nice for his stats there.
I'm telling you what, though, that was a touchdown if they actually faked it.
If he keeps it, release the tight end right there.
But as it is, after one half of play here at Colerain High School, it's the St. Xavier Bombers 21, the Colerain Cardinals 7.
We'll be back with 5 minutes to go in the half to bring you scores and stats from tonight's action.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Waycross Sports coverage of Colerain Cardinals football. Made possible in part by Driver Ed Academy, where your safety begins. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life. Shoe Carnival. Third Annual Financial Empowerment Conference. Omni Funplex. Wild Birds Unlimited, your backyard bird feeding specialists. And More Air, heating, cooling, mechanical, residential, and commercial.
Only 0.5% of all high school student athletes play basketball in college, but all 100% of them become adults. That's why playing basketball on their high school team is so important. High school athletes learn life lessons that help them grow up, lessons that can't be taught in the classroom and often aren't taught at home. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Colerain High School, where tonight we recognize and honor 6 important individuals in Colerain athletic history. The Colerain Hall of Fame is now in its 22nd year of existence, with a history that traces back to the 1920s. Please direct your attention to midfield, where we will recognize each inductee along with their immediate family members and list their individual accomplishments during their years at Colerain High, and what they accomplished post-graduation. Athletic Director Craig Hewlin and Principal Jack Fisher will present each inductee with their award. Our first inductee is from the class of 1978, Jeff Roberson. Jeff was a member of both football and track and field programs. He played an important role in the Cardinal running attack under Coach Ben Hubbard. He played multiple positions, including tailback, slot receiver, and was a kickoff and punt return specialist. He was a member of the 1977 Hamilton County Suburban League champions that went 9-1 in football. In track and field, he was recognized as one of the top sprinters and long jumpers in the state of Ohio. His most notable accomplishment was in the 1978 sectional finals when he broke the long-standing state of Ohio record for the long jump, which was held by Jesse Owens. He garnered all conference, city, sectional, and district honors in track and field. He helped lead the Flying Cardinal track team to 3 straight conference titles, 2 sectional titles, and a district runner-up finish. He still holds school records in the 100-yard and 200-yard dashes, in the 4x220-yard relay, and the long jump. He is joined this evening by his sons Jeffrey Jr., Michael, and his daughters Candace, Vision, and Praise. Let's give a nice warm welcome and congratulations to Jeff Roberson. Our second inductee is from the class of 1998, Jerry Buck Hayward. Jerry was a 6-time state qualifier, 4 times in cross country and twice in track. She was an integral part in helping lead Colerain to its first of 4 consecutive state girls cross country titles in 1997, where she earned all state honors that day, placing 20th overall. That year, the team also finished ranked 3rd in the United States. Jerry was also the first girls state runner-up cross country team in 1996. Individually, she was a 2-time conference cross country champion, and in 1994 set the conference record for the girls. In 1995, she claimed the district cross-country title, and later that spring won the individual district title in the 3,200-meter run. She was a member of 8 conference championship teams, 3 city and district cross-country championship teams. She was a 9-time all-conference athlete, a 4-time district champion, and a 5-time all-regional runner in cross-country and track. She went on to earn a cross-country and track scholarship to Miami University, where she was recognized as the Freshman of the Year in the Mid-American Conference. In 1999, she was first-team All-MAC and earned All-NCAA Division I regional honors in cross-country. Accepting on Jerry's behalf this evening is her mother, Sue, and her father, Jim. Let's have a nice round of applause for Jerry, Buck, and Gable. Our next inductee is Mr. Justin Hussle in the class of 1999. Justin was a 5-time state qualifier in both cross-country and track. He earned first-team All-GMC honors in cross-country and was a GMC champion as a member of the 1997 4x800-meter relay team. In 1998, he earned All-State honors as a member of the 800-meter relay team, which broke the school record, which still stands today. Justin was a 5-time all-regional athlete between cross-country and track, a 3-time all-state runner, and a 3-time all-city member in both track and cross-country. He was a member of the 1995, 96, and 1998 district track and field team for us. He went on to run for Miami University in cross-country and track and competed in the steeplechase. Over the past 16 years, Justin has served in the Colerain Township Police Department as a police officer and detective. He is joined this evening by his wife Dana and their 3 sons, Balin, Colin, and Adrian. Let's give a warm round of applause for Investigative Sergeant Justin Hussle. Our next inductee is Miss Erin Ragusis from the class of 2007. During her career, Erin earned 12 varsity letters in cross-country, swimming, and track and field. In cross-country, she helped lead the Cardinals to 2 cross-country state runner-up finishes, 3 regional team championships, 3 district championships, and 3 GMC titles. Erin won the GMC and district cross-country titles in 2004 and defended her district title in 2005. She was a 3-time All-State runner in cross-country, finishing 4th overall in 2004. In swimming, she advanced to the district meet all 4 years. In track and field, she was a 12-time All-GMC athlete, which included being a 6-time GMC champion, a 4-time district champion, a regional champion, and a 5-time All-State runner. During her career, she helped lead Colerain to 7 GMC team championships in cross-country and track, 4 district championships, 3 regional championships, and 2 state runner-up finishes. She went on to sign a scholarship with Purdue University, where she ran cross-country and track. Erin is accompanied tonight by Evan, Laura, and Natalie Ragusis. Let's have a nice round of applause for Erin Ragusis. Our next inductee is Emily Schwabel, representing the class of 2009. Emily is considered one of the most prolific softball players in Cardinal history. She was a 2-time Cincinnati Enquirer Division I Player of the Year and a 4-time All-GMC first-team member. She recorded over 1,000 strikeouts during her career and led the Cardinals to the state Final Four in 2009. Emily still holds school records in home runs, career wins, and career strikeouts. She went on to play at Northern Kentucky University as a scholarship athlete, breaking the career home run record with 32 in 2013, and was later named the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Sportswoman of the Year. Emily is in her 6th year of teaching at Colerain High School and is in her 5th year as the head coach of the Cardinal softball team. She is joined this evening with her father Ron, her mother Luana, sister Hannah, brother Nolan. How about a big round of applause for Emily Schwabel. Our final inductee is Coach Ben Hubbard. Coach Hubbard was named football coach in 1974, and he quickly established the team as one of the premier football teams in Cincinnati and the state of Ohio. His 3-season record was 24-6, after turning around a program that went 6-18 the 3 previous years. Colerain claimed consecutive conference titles in 1975 and 76. He was named the league's coach of the year in 1975. As the head track and field coach, he led the Flying Cardinals to 3 straight conference championships, 3 sectional championships, and 1 district runner-up. The 1977 team claimed the city championship. That year, also at the end of 1977, Coach Hubbard was named the athletic director and served in that capacity through 1980. Coach Hubbard is a distinguished member of the Ohio High School Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame. He is joined this evening with his wife, Maureen, and his sons, Rusty and Randy. Let's have a nice round of applause for Coach Ben Hubbard. Let's congratulate everyone and sing this boring fight song.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the pride of Colerain High School, the Colerain Cardinal Marching Band. The Cardinal Band is led on the field by senior drum majors Sam Lights and Corinne Webster. Tonight, the Cardinal Band is honoring the memory of Officer Dale Woods, Colerain High School class of 1990, and a Cardinal Band alumnus in the drum line. As with the men and women of the Colerain Township Police and Fire Departments, the broader law enforcement, firefighter, and EMS community, and Dale's own family, we in the Cardinal Band family also feel as though we have lost one of our own, when Dale died in the line of duty on January 7th of this year. At this time, we invite everyone in the stadium to remember Officer Woods with a brief moment of silence. Thank you. Drum majors, is the band ready to perform? Ladies and gentlemen, in memory of Officer Dale Woods, we present to you our show, Atlantis. Assistant Directors Willie Greenwood,
And welcome back to your halftime for your halftime stats.
We got a little bit of short time here. A band, what a great tribute right there. The Colerain Marching Band paying tribute to Officer Dale Woods, Colerain Township police officer who was taken from us earlier this year. So the community remembers, and the community thanks, and the community appreciates Officer Woods and all the Colerain Township first responders. Here are your halftime stats. St. X leads Colerain 21-7. First downs for St. X are 10-6 for Colerain. St. X has only rushed for 24 yards, where Colerain has rushed for 110, but the big difference here, passing 132 yards to Colerain's 36. So St. X has ran 30 plays for 156 yards. Colerain has run 26 plays for 146 yards. It just really shows you very close in yardage, but it's all been about field position and big defense or special teams turnovers. Your leading rusher for St. X, Matthew Ruby, 4 for 12 for Colerain. Hamza Abdul Wahid, he has got 4 carries for 46 yards, and MJ Flowers, 7 for 35. Passing, Freddie Johnson is 2 for 2 for Colerain for 36 yards. Tyler Prather came in 0 for 5, did not complete a pass. The big one though, very efficient, only 19 yards is his longest pass, but very efficient, has Matthew Ruby. He is 15 for 19 for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns. All 3 touchdowns were to your leading receiver. 3 catches, 62 yards, 3 touchdowns for Marshall Lang. Liam Clifford has 6, 456. Jalen Thomas for Colerain has both the receptions. He's 2 for 36. As we said, we had a big block punt, short field, big kick return. So the St. X benefiting from the big turnovers. Your leading tackler for St. X, Noah Taylor, has 6. For Colerain, Deshaun Pace has also 6.
Your halftime scoreboard updates in the GMC. Hamilton trails Anderson 14-7 at half. Sycamore and Kings all knotted up 17 apiece. Princeton at halftime leads Withrow 21-0. Springboro up on Middletown 17-7. Lakota West 23, Centerville 0. Lakota East Fairmont, no score reported. Fairfield leaves Springfield 7-0. Fairfield with a goal line stand at the end of the half.
Wow.
Leads 7-0. Barn Burner out
in where?
in Oak Hills off of Glenway Avenue. Oak Hills got to an early lead, but Simon Ketton at halftime leads Oak Hills 7-2.
Bottom of the 6th.
LaSalle leads Mason 17-0 at halftime. Indiana Cathedral Elder, no score could be found. Moeller Trinity, no score could be found. Harrison East Central, no score could be found. Whitten Woods West Claremont, no score could be found.
Then why report them?
Because Chris wrote them down. I like reading them. Milford leads Dunbar 14-7. Mount Healthy at only Charles Coldwater 7-0. Turpin at half 34-0 over Northwest. Wayne leads Olentangy Liberty 7-0, and St. Ignatius over Mentor 21-17 at half.
So how important is this opening drive for the Cardinals to start the second half, boys?
Real important.
Real important.
Now, in the context of the season, it's
right, of course. It's not that important in the context of the whole
season.
season.
But in the context of this half and game, it's utter importance. You got to get back into a score, get it within striking distance, and really carry the momentum here coming into the second half.
I might slightly disagree with you, Brandon, just because this season, your offense is still looking for an identity. You haven't really had consistency in this first 2 games with either quarterback. You've had more success with Freddie Johnson, but we get the advantage of last week of a couple big defensive plays that set it up. Really not much going on. You're playing one of the best defenses tonight that Colerain ever faces. They know us better than anybody, so it is a good test. But whether you win or lose this game, you're looking for an identity for your team for the rest of the season and confidence coming out of this game as you go into GMC play next week.
That's very well worded,
That's
Brian.
why I said it.
I think you're exactly right. I think
I couldn't disagree more,
Yeah.
but
well, I think patience is a virtue, and it's something that's needed with this team as they start this year. You know, you're not going to make or miss the playoffs based on this game. What I've seen out of Freddie Johnson is a more decisive running back, someone who looks even more comfortable than he did just a week ago. And I think he'll get more comfortable in the position as we go through the season. But let's just talk about tonight. I got to be honest, as much as, you know, people talked about this vaunted St. X offense, it doesn't look a whole lot different to me than anything I've seen in the past. It looks kind of the same thing. Still not having a whole lot of success running the football. And, you know, just simple little slant and out patterns from a passing perspective. We're underway now. Colerain will take the ball to start the second half. The ball is kicked deep, and it is into the end zone. Touchback. The Cardinals, that's the first touchback we've seen this season from anybody.
First time they've kicked off from this side of the field with this solid, steady wind going from one end zone to the other. And everybody's been kicking into it so far.
Solid play there by Jake Howland, retrieving the tee.
How about that?
As is tradition here at St. X, one of the underclassmen special teamers is in charge of running out as quickly as possible and getting the tee.
So we switch positions here now. Brandon's sitting down and getting a break for the first half. He stood the entire first half. And I will stand and try.
Also, the teams are going in the opposite directions now on the field.
How about that?
Freddie Johnson back
More
under center.
for the viewers at home.
I formation.
Freddie Johnson under center. Right up the middle, nothing there. Freddie Johnson still got it, keeps it. He's going to try and, I think he's going to get 1 yard on the play. He got stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And I'll tell you what, number 96, I'm sorry, 61. Oh, no, 96, is it 61?
96 is in right now with nose tackle.
Giovanni Albany has been all over the field. He's done a lot of work there from the nose tackle.
Well, the roster you gave me says 96 or 61.
Yeah, that's what they gave me as the starter. He's
96.
not starting.
And the student section keeps shouting out Gio, so I can only imagine that there's only one of him.
Yeah.
He is really done a good job against the 3-year varsity letterman starting center, Asia Oren Center. Really didn't allow that play to develop.
So under center once again. Freddie Johnson takes it, pitches it wide, and hit immediately in the backfield is Jalen Thomas for a huge loss. Number 4 for the St. X Bombers, sticking it to the Cardinals on offense.
Wow, that's about the best you've ever seen the option played. The fullback was hit behind the line of scrimmage. The quarterback was forced to pitch behind the line of scrimmage. And the running back was even tackled farther behind the scrimmage. So
Tucker Hunley has made all sorts of plays for this Bomber defense today.
So that's a big loss.
So
loses about 5.
3rd down and 15. Not the way the Cardinals wanted to start this second half. But it just takes one missed tackle.
Just
somebody
one time.
getting wide. Yep. Freddie Johnson drops back, looks to pass, throws it across the middle of the field, and it is in and out of the hands of Deshaun Pace. He had the inside, but unfortunately he just couldn't pull it in.
Just let him by about a half yard. Had inside position. Got one hand on it.
See it here on the replay.
And there was nobody in the middle of the field, so if he can get a hand...
just a little too high.
And then there's going to be a bunch of old guys in the stands saying, why didn't you use 2 hands? Well, that's because you are old and have never been able to make that sort of play. That's a play. He's got to go with 1 hand. If he goes up with 2 hands, he completely throws himself out of the position to make that play.
Sandusky's going to be kicking again out of the shadow of his own end zone. No rush. Low line drive.
Called right at the 50-yard line, so St. X will take over again. Nice tackle on the play by what number is that? Number 18.
No, 10. 18.
I can't tell.
18? 10?
You tell me.
18. That's 18. That's Bradley.
That is number 18 on the tackle.
That's Ronald Williams.
Not
Williams. Bradley.
Yeah, I think you're looking at the wrong roster.
Brandon.
Sorry, I did that too earlier. Ronald Williams making the tackle for the Cardinals on special teams.
But again,
only a 5-yard game.
St. X Bombers are going to start in Cardinal territory again.
Look, they've won the field position battle tonight, and it's not even close.
Except for that one drive.
That one drive. But overall, so Matt Reevy now in on offense. Bombers up by 2 touchdowns. Let's see what they bring.
How about this out of the
half.
eye and the big tight ends playing fullback? Nope, that wasn't.
That's Kellen Williams who takes it, who hits the hole. He's going to pick up a couple of yards. Call it 3 yards on the gain.
I was wrong. That was not the big fullback.
He only has 1-8 on.
Exactly.
That was Kellen Newman.
Ben Bracken.
Kellen Newman in the backfield. Drew Meyer, number 9, in the slot. 2nd down and 8 for the St. X Bombers. There goes the Sean Pace. Across the middle, it is caught. Tackle made in the open field, but I mean, again, just great execution by the St. X offense. Good play call, good execution. Drew Meyer on the reception. St. X up to the line of scrimmage quickly. It's a 1st down and 10 inside the 25-yard line.
Double move coming right now to Clifford.
Just a great over top of the linebacker in
Nope.
There's another pass, another completion
They've tried
inside
to,
the 20.
the Cardinals have kind of jumped on this. When they go to the no huddle, they go immediately to that little bunch formation. Cardinals have been on the pass go plays. I was fully expecting them to go the other way.
Fake
with
that, a little pump and go.
to Clifford.
Well, we may see it.
2nd down 8. The Colerain.
So he does pick up 2. It'll be 2nd down 8, spotted exactly at the 20-yard line. Just great execution so far.
Yeah,
by
they
the
look
St. X
good.
Bombers.
Yeah, they look good. Certainly better than they did last year. There's no doubt about that. Liam Clifford. Number 20, Kellen Newman out wide. Matthew Reeve takes it, drops back, passes incomplete. Possibly
Well,
tipped at the line of scrimmage by number 49.
Well set up. They run a backside screen right there, and an offensive line get out there, and
See if it gets tipped.
He had blockers.
Yep, 11 had it in both of his hands.
Couldn't tell if Donovan Owens got a pull on it or not. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe
Forces
not.
a little bit high, and maybe if he doesn't touch it, he obstructs the vision of the wide receiver.
You got to think, though, this might be 4-down territory regardless of the outcome
You
of
got
this next
this,
play.
yeah, you got this kind of lead.
But a touchdown or a field goal does make it a 3-possession game.
That's a good point. So here we go. Big 3rd down for the Colerain defense. Matthew Reeve drops back, rolls, passes the other way, across the middle. Liam Clifford, he's got it, and he's taken down. I think he's going to be very close to a 1st down. We'll see where they mark it.
A couple
If
yards
he's short, they're going for it on 4th
Yeah,
down.
he's about 2 yards short.
Yeah. So that, yeah, well, maybe 1 yard short.
4th and 1.
4th and 1. For the
Last
St. X
time
offense.
on 4th down, the Cardinals stuffed it. But we'll see what St. X does on this play.
But they've gone play action and been successful, just dumping it off the tight end or the back out of the backfield.
This is a fairly big play. This is a fairly big play. In the underneath center is number 12, Matt Ruby. Again, Kellen Newman in the backfield. Meyer shifts from one side to the other. He takes the ball, hands it off, and once again, he's hit in the backfield, and he's going to be short. I do not understand that play call at all. Why are you handing the ball off 5 yards deep from the line of scrimmage?
Because you want the Cardinals to do good.
I mean, I get you want your offensive lineman maybe to create that hole, but
give it credit to LT Johnson. The hole is there. LT Johnson just beats his man right off the bat, and
You need 1 yard.
I know.
You're gonna have to make that some other play. You're testing your offensive line. You know, you're going against one of the better defensive line. You haven't had a lot of success, but you want to give your players.
They haven't had
something
any
too.
success on that, other than when Ruby just tucked it in and got
When
the
he
1 yard
just did
himself.
Yeah, he's very successful on the quarterback keeper.
So the Colerain defense takes it once again. Jalen Thomas is going to run wide, and this St. X defense is there, and it's going to be another tackle for loss.
And the option was there, but not a very good block on the edge, and that's what contains it and holds it to a 2-yard loss. As you see right here, he's got his man, but right here on the edge, not blocked, is Tucker Hunley who makes the play.
Defensive end 34 also had his man deep, forces him, gives him no lane to cut back up in. Again, well defended, loss of 3.
Tucker Hunley has been very impressive from, I can't remember exactly what they call that, the rover or the
Adjuster.
adjuster
The adjuster?
position.
Yeah, he's the adjuster. That's the adjuster position.
He's been all over for the St. X defense.
3rd down, 13. There's another pitch now wide the other way. Jalen Thomas has got it, cuts it inside, takes it out past the 25-yard line. Enough for a Cardinal 1st down.
This time, same formation. They're running out of the eye. This time they run to the weak side. Less guys to block out there, and everybody keeps their assignment.
Well, the other thing is they play against the motion. As you see, they don't run the option to that side. The man in motion actually stops in the backfield and cuts it back the other way as the wing back there, Jalen Thomas, picks up the 1st down.
And guess who made the tackle?
Tucker Hunley?
Number 4.
Haven't seen as many. We haven't seen jet sweep or counters like we've seen.
1st down and 10. There's Freddie Johnson. He's going to run around, try and find some space, cuts it up.
That play was blown up before it even get there. He didn't even get a chance to hand that off to the fullback. 33 from the St. X Bombers. Danny Kirk just was in the backfield as that ball was snapped and just forces him not even to,
So real interesting here. Again, the Cardinals struggling to move the ball for the most part. A brand new offensive coordinator for Colerain. Colerain's all-time leading rusher, Tyler Williams,
ex-quarterback coach or running back coach from.
Well, the interesting thing is they had some success early, and then X has made their defensive adjustments. We'll see how the young offensive coordinator makes his adjustments here in the second half.
Exactly, that's the point, right? So there's a 14. Hamza's got it, gets it out past the 30. A modest gain. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 6. 5?
Yeah, Hamza, here we just a little jet sweep gets to the outside. There is a hole there, but it does close quick.
But again, Cardinals happy and content to keep it inside, almost turn it into an off-tackle play.
Yeah.
St. X happy and content not to give up the big play.
Oh, absolutely. With a 2-touchdown lead, that's the way St. X is going to play now. 3rd down and 5. It's a pass. Jalen Thomas has got it. He's immediately tackled. So the Cardinals are not moving vertically. They're more moving horizontally, and they're going to be forced to punt. Here, we're already approaching 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Over half the quarter's gone. And St. X will do this all day. I mean, we can punt back and forth in between the 20s and call it a night.
And this is what St. X wants to do. They want to control the field position. And it'll be up to Lawson Sandusky to try to flip it here.
Get 4th down and 5.
Yeah, Luke Bransky's back for the Bombers. Looks like they're cutting up. They're setting up the return.
It's a high snap. Lawson's got it. It's good kick. Booms it off of his foot. Versansky catches it. Makes one man miss, but cannot make the second man miss. And he's only going to fall forward for about 2 yards. So.
All right. I know we have a very important upcoming series. More importantly, did we win Split the Pot?
I don't know if they announced it.
Well. Oh, yeah. Check the scoreboard.
Here's the winning Split the Pot ticket.
Now listen, if one of you two clowns win this, I get a third of it, okay?
Press box 404 142.
404 142. 404 142.
Did we win?
Yes, we won, and we're going to donate the money all the way back.
That
to
means
the
we
boosters.
did. That means we didn't win, folks.
Well, that's not true. Yeah, that's just terrible.
We didn't win. We
First down and 10 for the Bombers.
We had the first 2 numbers right.
Clifford in motion. There's the handoff once again to Kellen Newman. He's going to run back up to the line of scrimmage. And
he's not.
He's not.
Based on that spot, they're going to lose
Like
about a
maybe
yard, yard and a
yard?
half.
Yep. Yeah, the running game has not been there for
Well, the
St. X.
interesting thing is that stretch play really hasn't been there, and that's about the 3rd or 4th time they've gone to it, and it's just been stuffed in the backfield.
Again, no huddle. Quickly on 2nd down.
Trying to tire out this defense. The defensive line is getting a good push, but there's another pass out to Liam Clifford, who catches it for about a 6-yard gain.
And they have had no passes really downfield. They've been patient with those 8, 9-yarders, and it's just been consistent.
Again, it's the same. I feel like it's the same offense I've always seen out of St. X. There's nothing new or dynamic with what they're doing. They've just got better players. This goes Kellen Newman in motion.
Quarterback draw.
Yep, he drops back. Matthew Ruby looks the pass, throws it across the middle.
Xavier Kendall knocks it away.
Incomplete, intended for number 88, Marshall Lang.
And Reevy really made a mistake there. I think he was zoned in pre-play. He thought he was going Marshall Lang all the way.
Yeah, you can see his eye. Well, he's looking around here a little bit.
But he knows he's going Lang the whole way, and so does Xavier Kendall, who knocks it away along with the other Cardinal defender I didn't see.
Well, and also they made, with substitution, Colerain had...
Cardinals had a substitution.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that punt. Good grief.
Coach Cutright is a little upset of his special teams coach. When it's 4th down, you guys got to have these guys ready on the field. There should not be any question.
Yeah, they had
who's
12.
in or
They
not.
had 12 men on the field there.
That's the second time tonight that Colerain had 12 on the field.
Getting back
this time they got
getting
the
what
timeout,
Brandon
but-
said on that 4th down. They went too wide and they moved the tight end in. Colerain only had 1 defender to this side. They were a little bit confused on that. So they had 2 offensive guys on 1 defender on this side. And if he recognized that, those guys were wide open.
One of them is.
But he just focused on the tight end, and so did the Colerain defense.
Well, it's hard not to, right? I mean, Marshall Lang's got all 3 scores for the Bombers tonight. He's been clearly their offensive MVP of the game.
If you don't give it to the quarterback, who threw him all 3 of them.
Fair enough.
So Colerain does make the stop. The punt team is out for St. X. Around midfield, this is not a bad area
This is a good place to fake if you're the Bombers, but I wouldn't with a 2-touchdown lead. Or do you, because you're comfortable faking it with a 2-touchdown lead?
So Pace is going to be setting up around the 20.
I cannot see them doing that. There's a snap back. He's got it, drops it. That's another good high punt. Pace is inside the 20 and catches it. Looks for a block. There's a good block. He's going to take it out to the 30, still on his feet. He's going to get stiff arms the man. He's
still on his feet.
He's still on his feet. Deshaun Pace is off to the races. Can he get to the end zone before number 5 catches him? And I think the answer is yes, he can. Touchdown, Cardinals! Deshaun Pace!
Deshaun Pace!
Your big name player makes a big time play. Deshaun Pace takes that right at the 20-yard line. About an 80-yard return cutback. He doesn't make that return without a bunch of big blocks. Stayed with him all the way. Turned this game back around and woken this Colerain.
Give credit to Sean Williamson. He was the blocker on play side. I didn't see him. Might have been Jalen Thomas on the backside of that play, but he was the lead blocker, gave him the edge. Pace then gets the stiff arm on the sidelines, cuts back, and the Cardinal defense has a nice wall. Snap back, kick is up. Kick is good. 3:32 to play in the third quarter. It's a new ball game. Your Colerain Cardinals trail the St. Xavier Bombers 21-14.
Yeah, and a lot of times on these returns, when you cross the field like that, you're going to get a block in the back. Someone's going to crack back. Someone's going to make a bad block. Colerain did a great job staying in front, staying face-to-face, shoulder pads to shoulder pads, and cleared that way. He was here on the sidelines here. Somebody made a block along the sidelines, that last clear, and then he was off to the races.
There's a reason that the head coach of the University of Cincinnati, Luke Fickell, likes Deshaun Pace, and it's that kind of athleticism and playmaking.
Here we watch
right
it
there.
again. Yeah, it is Jalen Thomas that kicks the block out, but you know what he does? He's very strong. He runs through a couple of tackles.
Who was that?
That's what I told you. There was one guy that cleared out 3.
Let's see if we can see that.
Jalen Thomas, Sean Williamson with the play.
Ran right through there. Who's coming in here for the other block? Right there. Somebody took out both those guys on the backside.
See if we'll be able to catch it right here.
Great work by the Waycross Volunteers on the video. Deshaun Pace making some people miss, and you're going to see 2 Bombers disappear out of the screen. There they go.
Still can't see them.
Last number 3. Do we have a 33?
No, that was not the 3. I don't know.
Hey, I'll tell you what, great shot by our volunteers here.
Absolutely.
Cam Mott set the kickoff for the Cardinals. So both teams have big special teams plays.
We needed that badly. So you're right, it's a whole new game. When you can score on one play, it changes things. There's Zach, gets his foot underneath it. It's a low-line drive kick. It bounces at the 10-yard.
Nice little bounce.
Yep, picked up. The Colerain defense has got to stop, and they do. Take him down at the 25-yard line. We'll take that.
So the Bombers had a big kickoff return to set up their first touchdown. Cardinals get a punt return, try to return the special teams difference. Here, though, the Cardinals now, not only did they get the touchdown, they have flipped the field, 80.
Officially in the scorebook as an 82-yard punt return touchdown for Deshaun Pace.
And you wonder, Deshaun Pace, one of your leading on the defenders, how much gas has he got back? Does this St. X Bombers come right at him?
3 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Lots of game to be played. Fakes the handoff. Ruby looks. He's got time to pass. He throws it across the middle, and it is caught.
That's great.
And he's going to be just short of the first down. They're going to mark him right at about the 34-yard line.
He's the 35.
Very good grab by that. That ball was a little bit high, and behind him, he reaches up.
And it's just a 2-man route.
And not a lot of penetration. He had plenty of time to throw the ball.
So there we go. Hands it off across the middle. 31's got it. Versansky bounces off several tackles and takes it out to the 40-yard line, enough for a first down.
Yeah, he had contact there in the backfield, but not a wrap up. You got a wrap. He does a nice little spin move. We watched the replay. Got there, a little bit of a hole, and he closes. The linebacker's there, but
yep, Mike Best missing, doesn't wrap up.
Veransky just a sophomore, but he is a superb athlete. He was all-state last year in Ohio for lacrosse as a freshman.
And I tell you what, when's the last lacrosse guy that you can think in the GCL
that Hubbard guy that plays for the Bengals now?
Exactly. So a first down from the
40-yard line.
40.
Matthew Ruby now under center, drops back, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Trying to find something here. Trying to find something. Look, throws it deep down the field. I like the chance. And it is knocked down. Good defense by the Colerain Cardinals. Incomplete pass.
Levy had Clifford over the top there, but he just doesn't have the arm strength to get it over top of the Cardinal defender. And Brandon Sinclair says, not going for an interception. I'm just going to take two hands and bat it right down.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
And really the first big shot downfield we've seen the Bombers take.
Yeah. And that's a game changer if you complete that pass, right? Because then all of a sudden you swing momentum back towards you. So I like the play call. It's aggressive. That's a little different from what we've seen from St. X in the past. Versansky now breaks out. He goes wide right. We've got 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Once again, a little bit of push here by the defensive line, pushing the back. There's a pass across the middle, incomplete, intended for number 11 along the sideline. He slides out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
And again, they use that motion and then fake it to that side to Clifford. And when the running back is, when they want the backside, they want a screen on the backside. Cardinals read it, but Reevy almost able to connect on the kind of the scramble play, but it's incomplete. We have a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Mike Best pressured him to throw it a little bit early. But you're right, Brandon. The Colerain read the screen on that, and there was nowhere to go.
But the Bombers almost made it on the scramble play. Reevy had a man there. He just missed him.
The crowd is on their feet, chanting defense, imploring their Cardinals to stop them on 3rd down and 10. Be smart. Ruby drops back once again. Good push pass across the middle. Dropped. Liam Clifford in and out of his hands. It'll be 4th down and 10, and the Bombers will be forced to punt.
And Clifford drops it, but I think Xavier Kendall is there. I know Clifford's a special athlete to make a play, but if he catches that ball, Xavier Kendall is all over that screen pass.
Yeah, looking at that little tunnel screen.
You're right. He wasn't getting it.
It takes a special person to go across the middle like that.
Yep.
So again, Pace is back, setting up at about the same spot, about his own 20.
I'm guessing they don't kick it to him. Oh, it bounces off of the ground. Almost blocked. It's a great punt over Deshaun's head, and I think it's going to go right into the end zone. Yes, it does.
It almost checked up at the 1, then just slightly rolled in the end zone.
I almost was going to correct you. That ball bounced up at the 1.5-yard line, and it comes down, and if
you look at right here, look at right here.
And look, you're right, it bounced right back
straight up in the air.
And if he gets another half bounce, that defender is there to make the play, but just out of his hands. So Cardinals take over at their own 20-yard line. 1:54 to play in the 3rd quarter.
And it's St. X, right? So why wouldn't it be at the 1-yard line? It's just the way it is.
We had one stop at the 1-yard line too, Christo.
Yeah, we did. It was amazing. Boston had a couple of really good punts in that first half.
The kicker, the punter, Noah Taylor, is doing a great job. He's boomed some big ones.
Yeah, he has. Linebacker with a big leg. All right, so here we go now. Freddie Johnson in at quarterback. Takes the ball, fakes the handoff, gave the handoff off to Hamza Abdul-Wahid, and he gets tackled once again, I think, behind the line of scrimmage, or did they get him back to the line? I think they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard shot.
Jalen Thomas.
Jalen Thomas, excuse me.
And again, Tucker Hundley comes up from his adjuster position and disrupts that play.
Yep, he made disrupt. Who's number 5? Let's give him a little bit of credit.
That's your punter.
That's your punter, Noah Taylor, the linebacker. So booms the ball and then comes back in a linebacker. So 2nd down and 10 on the scoreboard. Freddie Johnson.
Checks the play at the line of scrimmage.
Get my binoculars focused here. There we go. There's a quick pass out to Jalen Thomas. He's going to get outside, see if he gets some room. He's going to make a man miss. He's going to have enough for the 1st down, and he's going to get tackled.
That had to be the oddest tackle I have ever seen. Grabbed him by that, trying to grab anything he can on Jalen Thomas. This is a good check with me and a good block in the edge. But watch this tackle. He just kind of grab whatever you can. I got him by the hand. Do a little ring around the rosy.
A little do-si-do tackle.
And he goes out of bounds.
Hey,
Cardinals quickly to the line, though.
1st down and 10 at their own 40-yard line are the Cardinals.
Good block.
It almost looked like he was spinning to throwing them off the turnbuckle.
Yeah, there you go. Freddie Johnson again now pass the other way to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. Spins and catches it. Move forward. Move vertical, Hamza. He's got it. There we go.
And again, a good block there on the edge by number 13, Avante Scales.
I wonder if he's in relation to Tigray.
And we have a man down.
You know, Colerain on the last 3 plays, they're trying to get to the edge, spreading it out.
Speaking of Tigray, did he make the final roster or practice squad with the Steelers?
I do not
There
know.
is a young man on the sideline staying with some ex-players that wearing a Pittsburgh jersey.
Let's take a look here.
I don't know if Tigray would wear his own.
Can you head back to the chat room there, Mike? Was there any shout-outs we want to give? Again, you can give us a shout-out here in the chat room. We may not get all of them.
Was he number 45?
Nope.
6. You can see some former Cardinals. You see Cabrani Mixon on the sidelines.
There we go.
So the,
we got Ivan Pace Jr. in the
Bombers up and
in the
walking.
chat.
Yeah.
All kinds of former players and alums. It's great. I'm so glad you guys are following along. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast.
Yeah. Defensive back Bo Tillett up on his own power.
Well, that's good for the young man.
Just been told our new stat guys, Brian and Brandon, are just fonts of useful information.
Well,
Just
they
let
got
us
good
know
names,
that,
so they got that going.
Yeah,
for
they
them.
do. T-Gray made the practice squad for the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh.
Nice.
Who dat?
2nd down and 8.
So here we go, 2nd down and 8. Drops back to pass to Freddie Johnson. Avoids a tackle, but he's going to be
he
sacked.
had him too.
There's
he
had him there. That's one of the downfalls of not being that vertical, that tall of a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he's 5'10". He's 5'10".
He's
Not even 6 foot tall.
But St. X Bombers at every position are always tall, and
Right.
he had the play action in there, and they just couldn't get it over top of him. Does a good job. What do they say? Live to make another play.
Right.
And
Unfortunately,
we saw that last year. Almost that'll be the last play of the quarter. So after 3 quarters of play here at Colerain High School, it's the St. Xavier Bombers 21, the Colerain Cardinals 14. We saw it last year with the Colerain Cardinals. One of the most effective long plays for them on down and distance was that you run that play action, the defense kind of swarms to you, and you just run around it, and it's almost a quarterback draw.
well, and that's fine, right? But the decision, and Deshaunte Jones was really good at running that, right? But
DSM was really good doing that
DSM was also last year as well, is making that decision. Okay, the play's not there, go. And look, this is Freddie's 2nd varsity game as a starter, so he has a lot of learning and growing to do.
Well, and I don't know how much quarterback history that he has. I know that with Prather, who was the JV quarterback, Freddie
Yes.
was only a wingback. Not was he only? Yeah,
He
specifically
was a wingback.
Again,
in
you
our
can reach
offense
us in
last
the
year.
booth at radio@wearecolerain.com. This one coming from Randy and Beth Hunt, listening from Ross, Ohio, class of '92.
Again, and once again, thanks to the guys at Waycross here, let us showcase our student athletes. And if you look on their website,
Have we seen a graphic
we
yet
are
from
all
Waycross
volunteers here. So if you like what you hear, and you maybe like to be part of a broadcast or
guys.
even create your own broadcast,
Guys,
volunteer.
What are we doing? What are you pointing
I
at?
think the Bombers student section is about to take their shirts off.
Are they?
They
You
do
think
that
so?
weird thing at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Do they? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah.
I just know I look over there in 4th quarter and there's a bunch of teenagers that have no shirts on.
It's
there you
weird.
got it right there at the bottom of your screen. Your web address and phone number
There
if
it
you'd like to
goes.
reach out to Waycross, and we're gonna
They
look
get
at that.
weird over there.
Shirts off and willing. So give Waycross a call. Find out what they're all about and how they can help you. Field is flipped now. There goes a handoff to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. He's going to get tackled in the backfield once again. So that got blown up from the get-go. Colerain's going to be forced to punt, unfortunately. That wide run is not working. They're better off. I really like the pass out to Jalen Thomas.
Well,
and
I'd almost
going
like
north.
to see a counter off that.
Yeah, how about that, right?
That was T.J. O'Malley from his linebacker position. Just he had that red. They're running to that wide side right there, and there's just if one guy misses a block, which happened there. So again, Sandusky.
I mean,
They had
41
one
came
blocked already.
41 came through that line like a bull. There's a snap back. Almost blocked, but not. Lawson gets it
look
off.
at this.
And it's a great punt.
And
Bounced
nice
up to 20.
pop.
All the way back to the 10-yard line and pinned up against the sideline. Great punt. Great coverage. Great execution on special teams.
Good punt by Sandusky, but just as good a tackle downfield by Avante Scales.
Absolutely. And you can see it here on the replay. The sophomore's got to take it all the way back to the 10. And there's Avante Scales staying low, watching his hips, and tackling him at the feet. Textbook tackle by Avante Scales.
57-yard punt for Lawson Sandusky.
The Colerain's defense is going to be tested again. They need a big stop here. They still have other time. That's still lots of plays.
We have a whole quarter to play.
A whole quarter to play. Did St. X go a little conservative with that 14-point lead?
Well, I mean, the guy did have his only long pass attempt down the field. So here we go. Ruby takes it, and it's a counter. Hands it off to Kellen Newman. He takes it through the middle. A little bit of success there. He's going to pick up probably 5 yards on that play. That might be the longest rush of the night for Kellen Newman.
They're going to give him 5 yards. Yeah, just a quick little counter. Caught the Colerain defensive line maybe in a little over pursuit right there. makes his second down play selection a little bit creative here. You can run again to create a short third down. You can go play action. They've gone tight again. 2 tight ends, 2 in the backfield.
Yep, Ruby under center. There goes Clifford in motion. Once again, Kellen Newman fakes the ball. Ruby's got it. He's keeping it, rolling it, looking at the pass. He's going to tuck it and run. Takes it right out of bounds. Going to get out to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he's only going to pick up at 2. Colerain stayed home on that. Well, they're going to get him to the 31.
Yeah, that's about right.
Let's see where they mark it, where they put the ball down. Right at the 30. Nose is on the 30.
So they fake that same play action this time and release the tight end. Linebacker stays with him, nowhere to throw.
We do have a substitution. We'll see how if the Cardinals take advantage. Starting tackle 74 had to come out of the game for equipment issue up front. For starting left tackle is out for this play for the St. Xavier Bombers.
So here's 40. Come on. JT, get in there from the outside.
Matthew Ruby drops back to pass, looking out to Kellen Newman, who's got it. He's going to get tackled once again. The Cardinals stop on 3rd and short.
And again, St. Xavier shows the little look one way, throw back the other, and the Cardinals are just waiting.
Is it just me, or does that, much like the deep handoff, just take too long to develop when you're talking a short yardage situation?
Well, it's a screen. You want it to develop slightly slowly and make the defenders make a wrong decision.
But when the Cardinals are sitting on it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, when the Colerain guesses right or makes the right read, it's blown up.
I love it when you say the Colerain. I'm such a huge fan of that. There's the punt. It's going to drop, and Deshaun is going to stay away from it. The smart thing to do, even though it's going to roll down inside the 20.
That was just an unfortunate one for there. It's just a line drive kick, and you don't get a clean bounce. You just kind of let it go.
It's the opposite of what just happened at Sandusky. The same kind of bounce, but he just got a true hop. But it's a
kind of what?
A true bounce.
Oh, that's not what I thought you said. Sorry, go on.
I'll tell you what.
It has been a puncher's battle tonight.
Yeah, this defense needs a break. I'll tell you that right now. This offense has got to help out their defense a little bit. Deshaun Pace, who was in on special teams, is probably a little gassed. He just now got off the field. He's playing defense. He's playing special teams.
Lawson Sandusky with 7 punts, averaging 41 yards so far. Noah Taylor with 5 punts, averaging 48 yards.
Now, how is that block punt averaged? Is that considered not a kick or
it's considered
negative?
a team punt, so it doesn't go into his average.
Okay.
So the Cardinals have it 1st down and 10 at their own 17-yard line. 9:33 left to go in the game. Drops back, and there's a pass out to Jalen Thomas, who's got it. He's going to try and pick up some yardage, and he does. Gang tackled by the Bombers, but not until he gets out to pick up about 2 yards on the play.
They're overloading that side. Just a quick little hit.
Freddie needs to get a little bit more touch on his passes.
Yeah, but St. X Bombers are all over that, reading that right away. It almost like to see maybe a hitch and go right there.
Yeah, he doesn't really have time in that situation.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
this defensive line is causing a lot of problems on both sides. Colerain defensive line is getting into the X backfield. The St. X defensive line is getting to the Colerain backfield.
Freddie Johnson once again drops back to pass. He's going to tuck it and run. He finds a blocker, blocks a man. He's going to get out past the 25. Almost enough for the 1st down. He may have it.
But his helmet does come out. He's got to come out of play.
Does he have to come out even though it's a change of
yes,
they're moving the flags?
Unless they call a timeout.
Well, he's certainly not going to call a timeout. They've already used 1. They need to save those last 2.
So Prather's going to come in the ballgame. 0 for 5, your passing quarterback. Do you take a shot with Prather or just let him hand the ball off?
We don't know. We'll find out. I mean, you're deep in your own territory, right? And you're down by a score. I don't think you get too creative.
How about this? Prather under center.
I mean, he ran the option last year as the JV quarterback. They went 9-1. He drops back, passes it. In and out of the hands of number 16. That would have been at least a 4 and possibly a 5-yard gain.
That was a perfect play call, too, right out of it.
Isaiah Myers, the sophomore. Just a quick hitch out there. Hits him right in the hand.
Right in the face. He went right through his hands and hit him right in the face. That will come in time. He's a sophomore. Big 6'4" 15-year-old. He will get it. He's still out there. And now he's out and comes 23.
That's an illegal substitution, isn't it? Break the huddle?
They didn't break the huddle yet.
That's close.
It is close, but there are no flags. And they got 8
it's
seconds to go.
It's only illegal if you get caught?
Yeah, of course it is. Freddie Johnson with the handoff to
M.J. Flowers.
I'll tell you what, the sophomore, we have not called his name a lot tonight simply because of the great play of the linebackers and defensive line of St. X, but that's his biggest run of the night, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
Well, they're the St. X Bombers has decided they want the quarterback, to beat him, so they're overplaying the fullback.
And that was a really good play up front by Dalton Pert. It was a double team up there on the veer block on the linebacker. That seals the track for the fullback to get into the secondary. And for a first
Bombers'
down.
middle linebackers are really committing between the gaps right now.
So let's see what they do. Freddie Johnson under center, drops back, looks to pass, throws it deep, and it is over the intended target.
A little bit of contact there. Oh,
we've got another cramp situation. Number 13 cramping up, and he's going to hobble right off the field.
That's an awkward way to get off the field.
Is there a non-awkward way to hop off after an injury?
Yeah, you don't have to dance do the little two-step coming off the field.
It's 2 weeks in a row we've seen cramps in the second half for the Cardinals. These young men need to hydrate themselves properly.
A little high on that. I like the play call.
Deshaun was cramping earlier as well. He's not happy, but that's all right. Get up on the table, work it out. Hydrate. 2nd down and 10.
Cardinals spread it out.
Yep. 2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. Freddie Johnson drops back, looks to pass. It's complete to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. He makes a man miss. He stays on his feet. He's into Bomber territory. 1st down, Cardinals.
They go 4 wide, and Bombers just decide to stay single coverage and commit to the run. Both middle linebackers shoot over center, get picked up by the offensive line, and it's just a simple little pitch and catch right there.
He made 2 tacklers miss there in open space, but there's that guy, number 4, Connor. I want to say Connor Hundley. Tucker Hundley, making the tackle for the Bombers and preventing a much larger gain for Wahid.
Cardinals into Bombers territory.
Yeah, Wahid, he's got a low center of gravity. You're not going to get him with an arm tackle. He's going to run. He's a very strong runner for his size.
1st down and 10. Drops back, looks to pass once again to Freddie Johnson. He's going to throw it deep, and it is beyond Deshaun Pace. He had him. Unfortunately, just needed to get a little bit more.
He had either receiver there.
Yep.
The Bombers bite on the little short curl, and he had either Pace or Wahid. He's just
get some air. Let him.
Exactly right.
Space. Let him run under them.
It comes with time and repetition. He will get there. I hope if he's still making that throw in week 10.
You switch it up a little bit to the pass is going to keep the linebackers at bay, which might open
up. And you mix it up even more now. The Cardinals in the shotgun.
So in the shotgun, MJ Flowers in the backfield. Wahid lined up in the slot. 2nd down and 10. Snap back. It's a quick pass, and it is incomplete. Almost knocked down 41. Again, calling his number. And here's the problem. Again, you're throwing the ball. If you're not going to get any positive yards, granted, the clock's not running, but at the same time, now it's 3rd and 10. So now you've put yourself in a position where you almost have to throw the football.
Yeah, so Colerain goes 4 wide there, and St. X doesn't move. Colerain calls an adjustment. It calls the play, and when they make the adjustment, St. X made the adjustment, and both their middle linebackers dropped to the slots. He guessed right on that. That was just good defensive.
So you're saying the coaches are coaching
out there. That was a chess match right there.
To oppose one another.
Exactly.
Brian is enjoying it.
That was great play call by both coaches.
3rd down and 10. Here comes the blitz. Good block by the Cardinals and over the intended target of Deshaun Pace. I think that was Deshaun out there, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Over the intended target, and unfortunately, that might have been, if he catches that, maybe he gets the 1st down?
He's close, but he gets a one-on-one. I mean, he has to go high and really give himself up. So a pass is on the money, and he can set his feet before the defender gets there. He's strong enough to break a tackle.
I think Freddie's probably, it seemed like he's a little upset with himself coming off the sideline. He doesn't need to be. He's learning, he's growing, he'll get better.
You'll like to see the competitive nature of the young man.
Absolutely. Only a junior.
So Lawson Sandusky this time is going to be kicking from about his 40.
Much better place to be kicking from. Well, you would love for this to have been a little bit shorter, maybe run for that 1st down. But again, it's another good punt towards the sideline. It bounces no return inside the 20. So another really good punt by the senior Lawson Sandusky.
The only problem for Lawson Sandusky is he's averaging about 40. Hold on, we'll update the stats real fast. Hold on, update the stats real fast. Refresh.
That is one of the greatest stats.
He's averaging 40 yards a punt. Unfortunately for the Cardinals,
the only one that people will remember.
No, Noah Taylor is averaging 48 yards a punt.
All right, so St. X has got the ball. Ruby does it, hands it off once again. Great defense by the Colerain Cardinals. again, the clock is the Bombers' friend, right?
The
they
clock
don't
is the
need to
Bombers'
score.
friend, but they're still over 6.5 to play.
I understand that, but I mean, legitimately, what is that? Is that 2 first downs? Maybe 3?
That's a whole lot of first downs, Chris.
Cardinals only have 2 timeouts. They burned 1 earlier.
And this has really been what we expected, not from the first 2 minutes, but coming in.
Right.
The defensive struggle really capitalized by special teams plays on each side.
Ruby drops back to pass, throws it across the middle once again to Marshall Lang, stays on his feet, lowers his shoulder, and brings Sinclair out past the 40-yard line. Be a first down for the Bombers.
And that's just offensive film room there. That's the same play last week that Wayne really picked apart this Cardinal defense with. Just a little simple post pattern right in the soft spot of the zone, except Marshall Lang is not going to drop it tonight.
No, I don't know why you don't throw to that guy every single play. I mean, truly. He's very good. So first down and 10. Right at the 41-yard line of the Bombers. Snap is back, drops back, looks to pass again. There we go. Sack for the Cardinals.
L.T. Johnson.
L.T. Johnson gets the sack and great pressure from the outside from also another from
Donovan Owens.
Donovan Owens.
Yep. Donovan Owens really got through the line, pressured Ruby out of the backfield. You'll see it here on replay if they haven't already showed it. I wasn't looking. All right, well, you saw it on replay there.
Good
Donovan
job,
Owens
Chris.
came through that line, and Johnson cleaned it up. So here we go. So second down and 20 now. 10-yard loss on that sack. Snap is back. Once again, a little bit of pressure. It's a quick pass.
Nearly intercepted, and somehow Liam Clifford comes out with it.
How in the world did he get that ball and get out of it?
Got a Cardinal down.
It's coming.
There is a flag on the play. We may have a lineman downfield.
Holding
against the Bombers.
That was
still an
one of the
amazing play.
best
by
You
Clifford.
want to know how you do it? You have a high-level Division I athlete make this play. Look who's right there, threw it, somehow gets through.
Oh, well,
There's the hold also. The hold helps.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The hold really does.
Yeah,
help.
the hold made a difference there.
And I tell you what, it was a Colerain Cardinal down on the far sidelines. I think he was part of that jump ball. Came down oddly on his ankle. Didn't see who it was.
Yeah, and
That might be 40.
my view right now is not going to give you a number. I can tell you that right now.
Well, looking into the defensive huddle, I don't see LT. So
Yeah, it might be LT. Who's had a big game. He's got 2 or 3 sacks?
Here's the replay one more time from the backside. So somebody took out 2 Cardinals. Is this?
Yeah, LT comes
50,
really.
Yeah, 53 came back and took both those Cardinals out.
So it is a spot foul if it's a hold. So
It is. So it's 75.
Yeah, you see it right there. There it is right
T.
there.
Johnson
Again,
is up and running.
great job by
far
Waycross
sides.
for nailing that.
So JT's up and running off. Got a little bit of a limp. I tell you what, a big game he's had so far.
So 10-yard sack for the Cardinals, then the holding penalty. So the Bombers on offense are now moving backwards.
It'll be second. Ball
And
to-
a long way.
Ball to 27. They need the 49 of the Cardinals. That is not 18. Our guys are really bad with math.
Snap is back. Ruby looking to pass, throws it deep across the middle, and it's caught, and he's going to have enough for the first down. There's that guy again, Marshall Lang. I mean, it's not hard. When you've got a 6'4" tight end that runs basically wide open, how do you not throw it to him every single time? How is he that open? Let's check the video here.
Well, he screens his body to the outside defender, who's only 5'8", and it's a perfect throw. Ruby thrown to the outside. Did he catch that?
Nope, incomplete.
That was close to being picked.
Ruby's pass ball is incomplete.
So again, they went without a huddle. As we see here, thrown a little bit behind him. He throws it on the thing.
10 was there, but he wasn't close to intercepting it. But incomplete does stop the play clock. Again, if you're St. X, you'd think, boy, it'd be really nice if you had a running game here. You could run the clock and try and put this game on ice. But as it turns out, they're committed to throwing the football.
Well,
I'm
when your
surprised.
2 best players are a giant tight end and a Division I caliber receiver.
No question. I totally agree. I get it. There goes Lang in motion. Drops back. Looks to be open. got it, and it's going to fall incomplete.
Oh, that was a holding call on Elijah Ford, but it was a very, very weak holding. It's a holding call, but it's going to be on 11 right here, and he just hit, you can't see it on that shot. Elijah Ford has just the tiniest bit of hand on the receiver in the flat. It's a penalty. You can't argue. It's a very weak penalty.
It's one of those that it's a penalty, but it doesn't
And you'll
affect
see it
the
right
play
here
at
as
all.
the receiver. It's Elijah Ford right here.
He's at the line of scrimmage.
He's got a jersey. He's got a hold of his jersey. It doesn't matter if he's in the line of scrimmage. Again,
Your point. It's a penalty. It's a weak penalty.
Yeah.
But it's against the rules. So as a result, that's going to give St. X the first down inside the 35-yard line now. So they got out of a, what was it, 2nd and 20? 3rd and 20? Whatever it was. And there's the handoff. Versanski's got it. It's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play. The clock continues to run now. Under 4.5 minutes left to go in the game. St. X with 3 timeouts. Colerain with 2. The defense has been out there a long time on this drive. Got to try and find a way to stop them. You'd love a turnover here, but St. X is...
Do we have a turnover in this game?
No.
Or a croissant.
No, I mean, no, the punt doesn't count.
No, he said croissant.
I know what he said. I'm ignoring it.
He
Turnover
said there's
croissant.
no
I get
croissant. Oh, I didn't even get a turnover croissant.
Oh, come on.
I get it now.
Brandon, you didn't get it?
2nd down and 6.
Oh, and we got
And
flags.
that'll be a false start on the Bombers. They went to Clifford in the Wild Bomber.
In the Wild Bomber. Take the 5-yard penalty. We'll take it. Take him back to the 39-yard line.
The Bombcat.
All right. Now you're just making stuff up.
So,
It's not hard, guys.
yeah,
go back
tried
to-
to get a little fancy there, switch things up a little bit, kind of outcoach themselves right there.
Hold on, is that? Oh, okay, yep. So they're back, I'm sorry, to the 36-yard
Okay, they backed it up,
line.
so it'll be 2nd down and 12.
12 comes back in. Reevy as the quarterback.
And one thing that happens with that, though, the clock continued to run.
He's got it, drops back, looks to pass. It is caught by Clifford, and he's immediately tackled and driven backwards. But again, inbounds, so the clock continues to run. Tick, 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 tick.
And it'll be interesting here with the result of this 3rd down play, because if you're St. X, do you try to make it a 2-score game, or do you take the down and go for it on 4th down?
You go for it. If you get half of this, you're going for it. Even if you get nothing, you're probably still going for it. Their kicker has already missed 1 extra point. Didn't really show a big leg.
Now I'm curious how far they're going to run this play clock down. I mean, there's 10 seconds left, right? I mean, there you go. Take your time, right? Be smart.
Well, he's seeing if he can draw Colerain offside
now
with a
they're
hard
changing.
count.
There's the snap with 1 second left on the play clock, and he is sacked.
Now use your timeout now. There you go.
Colerain defense, number 49,
And
Donovan Owens.
Again, about 7 seconds ran off the clock. The official clock is on the field.
Whatever question it's not. It doesn't matter if who calls timeout. It's one of
Yeah, they caught it. They caught it.
All those questions about what to do on 4th down are now moot with that sack.
Right.
You're punting. Now, we've seen Noah Taylor with a big booming leg, able to get a long distance. We haven't really seen him try to play this coffin corner inside the 20 game.
Can he pooch it?
He's a big athlete too. Does he just kind of run around a little bit and then just kind of?
No. Do you know who the head coach is over there? Come on.
But what we're saying is he's just kind of hold it like our punter does and wait for the guy and then punt it.
I mean, they're at the 38-yard line.
And do you try to block it, forcing to kick it quickly?
Oh, I think you do. I think you set the house.
But Deshaun Pace could be setting up inside the 10. But you know what? He's kicking it from about the 50, and he's averaging 45 yards a kick. So, it's farther back than you think.
Yeah, that's a good point. So he takes it, steps up, and he kicks it. That's the worst possible scenario for the Cardinals. Down at the 1-yard line. Again,
Half-yard line.
Say next special teams. I mean,
it's inside the 1, Chris.
I mean, well, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, the story of this game has been the special teams on both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides. But it is, I mean, if it's a battle, X has won the battle of special teams. There's not really a question about it. I mean, the Colerain offense has moved the ball at times, but they have been what you would expect to be, again, for a young team, inconsistent. After scoring on their first series of the game, they've been shut out. I mean, that is what it is. They've been shut out the entire game. And that's
99 yards, 2 minutes and 23 seconds left, only one timeout.
And stuck inside their own 1 yard line, the Cardinals will put out that beef package with their four big defensive players, Corleone, Bess.
Freddie Johnson under center, takes the ball, hands it off. We've got, is that MJ Flowers has got it. He's on his feet. He's still in the open. He's going to get tackled by 4 Bombers, but not before he gets out past the 20-yard line, all the way out to the 23-yard line. Big run for the sophomore.
That's just great blocks on the outside. Ford makes the seal block on the outside, but instead of going outside, sophomore turns it inside. Hangs on to the ball, young man.
So good run, and again, the clock stops on a first down. Boy, you'd love to see him really drive down and pull one in here, wouldn't you?
I'd really love to see him score on this play.
I know, right? The less time you have to touch it, the less chance something could go wrong. Freddie Johnson takes it, keeps it himself, tries to follow through the hole. He's going to pick up 2 yards on the run, but they got to move quickly here. This is not time to. Here comes in Prather's now coming into the game. So 23 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They're all right. Okay, good.
Yeah, Freddie Johnson's going to move to the slot. Prather.
Got to move. Come on, this is taking too long, guys. Okay, Prather in. Now, again, St. X knows what's coming. They're throwing.
Yeah, we broke with 12 guys in the huddle again. They caught us. Yes. Guy ran. They broke the huddle with too many people, and he ran off the field.
It's unfortunate, but honestly, in the whole grand scheme of things, it's a 5-yard penalty. It's not a big deal. I mean,
if he gets tackled on the 1 yard line, Chris. If we pull a Kevin Dyson here, it's all on you.
You mean on the 4-yard line? He needed 5 and he got tackled at the 4. I can't believe it.
Okay, wait a minute. You just did it again. You've got 12 guys in the field.
Jalen Thomas runs off.
And Colerain has to burn their last time out. Or did they throw another flag on
They
it?
threw another flag. Another illegal. What is, this is, we're killing ourselves, literally shooting ourselves in the foot. That's 10 yards in penalties. Tyler Williams is very animated on the sideline. This is just not the way you want to go. Boy, it's amazing. I mean,
wait a minute.
You bring in a different quarterback, and
they actually, once they start the play clock, we lost about 25 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, we're down under a minute now. Not saying they would have gone 99 yards in 2.5 minutes, but it makes it very difficult now. Prather drops back, looks to pass, throws it deep down the field, and it is incomplete.
That's pass interference.
It is not pass interference.
No, it's not pass interference. He was running right along with him, and it was well defended. But I like what I see from Prather. Great throw right there.
That's pass interference. That's pass interference. He did not turn the ball.
He doesn't have, there's no such thing as face guarding.
I know, but he made contact with the receiver before the ball got there. He makes contact, and there's the ball.
I wouldn't defensive. Yeah, I wouldn't call pass interference on that.
I would, because I'm wearing red.
I know. Hey, guys, normally I'm all over it, right? But I wouldn't on that one.
Shut up, Chris.
3rd down now. This will be exciting, won't it? That's all you can ask for. Prather drops back. Rush of 4. Pass is intended. There's a penalty flag.
In the area of holding.
Intended for number 16 out wide.
Yeah, they got a little pressure on Prather up the middle, and I think they got one of the Colerain offensive linemen. It's in the area of holding.
So illegal substitution. Illegal substitution.
I think if you're expect, you got to decline this and take the down, right?
No, they're going to push him back.
Take the down. Why? It's already 3rd and 18.
You're right. They declined it.
Yeah, it's 4th down. The Cardinals have to go 18 yards on this play.
Somebody get Marshall Lang in a Cardinal jersey now. So incomplete pass, 42 seconds left in the game. This is it. This is the game. It's 4th down and 18 for the Cardinals on their own 15-yard line. They're going to have to pull a miracle
And
Timeout card.
they're going to burn up their last timeout, checking out the defense. The Bombers' defense kind of loosened up a little bit. They've dropped their safeties a little bit. A 3rd and 18, it's a lot different from a 3rd and 10. I mean, you can play your defensive back a lot deeper and still protect the big play. So Colerain's almost got to hit something in the slot and break a tackle.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Because they're not going to let anything go deep.
And how many tackles have we broken tonight? Not a whole lot, because the middle of that Bomber defense is very good.
Well, I mean, as long as you run away from Tucker Hundley, I think you have a chance.
You got a shot. The problem is, if it's not Tucker Hundley, it's that number 41 cat, right? Is that O'Malley? Who's 41? That's
Thomas O'Malley,
right.
the alley cat.
Right. I mean,
that's an Aristocrats.
It is Aristocrats reference. Very nice.
Genius.
Yeah. So 4th and 18, game on the line.
This has been a great game. It's been fun. This has been a fun game. Win or lose, it's been a fun game. Can't be upset about that. Prather drops back to pass. He's going to get a little bit of pressure. He steps up. He throws it across the middle, and it is in and out of the hands of Brian St. Clair. He was close. He was close.
He's throwing that ball
to Deshaun.
To Deshaun. Prather or
St. Clair.
St. Clair steps in the middle, and I'm not sure. Oh, that's going to be close.
No, it's not.
The defender's right
Sinclair,
there, too.
Sinclair has a better play at the ball. The defender is going to get there in front of Deshaun, I think. So.
Well, and you're taught, if that ball's near you, it doesn't matter who it was intended, you play it.
Right.
You get it. You go for it.
If you're going to look, right, the defender is right there in front of Deshaun.
The defender's right there.
Sinclair is the best shot at making that play.
Yeah, you've got a 50-50 ball if he doesn't touch it.
Right. So the Bombers are going to get out of here with a victory, beating our Colerain Cardinals by the final of 21-14. They're taking a knee. This has been a long time coming for the Bombers, as they had lost 3 in a row to Colerain coming into this game, and they were looking for a little bit of redemption, no doubt about it. So they got it tonight.
Exactly the game we expected. Both offenses struggle. Defenses really dictated the game. And it comes down to a single fact. We had 1 big special teams play. St. X had 2 big special teams plays, and that's the difference in the game.
Absolutely. So for Brian and Brandon White at wearecolerain.com, along with Mike Rourke, we're going to go ahead and sign off here at wearecolerain.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week right here as the Colerain Cardinals open GMC play against the Oak Hills Highlanders. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks to all the volunteers at Waycross TV.
Proud presenting.
Waycross Sports coverage of Colerain Cardinals football. Made possible in part by Driver Ed Academy, where your safety begins. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life. Shoe Carnival. 3rd Annual Financial Empowerment Conference. Omni Funplex. Wild Birds Unlimited, your backyard bird feeding specialists. And More Air, heating, cooling, mechanical, residential, and commercial.